Okay, we're live. Who's in the chat? Okay. I can't even see.
Hold on.
Let me sort my stuff out so I can see what I need to see.
It's saying there's like 4 people watching.
Okay.
12.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Are we all right now? Okay. So what I want to talk about today is what the real issue is within the Kanika Jenkins case that people are having with each other irrelevantly on YouTube, because it's getting in the way of the real subject. This started off as a child being found. Well, I call her a child because to me, a girl that's 19 is, to me, it's a child. Okay.
Yeah.
She got found in a freezer dead. We don't know how she got there. So how do we get to nudes? How do we get to people's kids getting taken? How do we get to all these things from a child being stuck in a freezer? And I want to talk about those issues in between because it needs to be addressed. Okay. And it needs to be left and people need to move on forwards. Okay. It's people are getting consumed with hate. People are consumed with hate rather than trying to get justice for a young girl. And I'm watching this. I'm someone who goes to marches. I'm someone that researches these types of cases as a type of, not a hobby, but an interest, because it's part of our life. These things can happen to us. These things can affect us in ways that people would never understand. To have someone's mother go through all the shit that she's been through just because of our opinions, just an opinion, no facts involved, opinions. Okay. And it needs to be addressed. It needs to stop. It needs to be addressed in a mature way. All these back and forth is not helping. Okay. All these negative words that people want to throw at each other, it's not helping. And it also puts down your character as a person. I'm not going to watch someone who's doing things that aren't for justice. It doesn't matter if it's nothing to do with justice for Kanika. But you have to have a certain character to want justice. You have to have a certain persona to even find justice. And I'm seeing people with characters of hate trying to promote justice. It's not going to work with people that do this all the time like me. We see through people like that. Okay. Imagine having someone who is hateful on YouTube, for example, being your lawyer, being your activist that's helping you promote finding justice for your loved one. How would that work? No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't work because their character isn't correct. They're not gonna find justice because that's not what they're there for. They're there to promote themselves. Okay, when you're someone that has spoken to people who have lost their child and are fighting for justice the way I have, and then you see things like this. I started my channel because the reason why I started my channel was because I was watching. Well, why I started this channel is I was watching people promote doing the King Jenkins case. There's some amazing ones out there, don't get me wrong. But I was fed up with the bullshit that was going around. I was fed up with all the shit. And I wanted to put my opinions through and show people that you can have an opinion and you can have facts that you can separate. Don't turn your opinions into facts because it's not going to find justice. This is the thing. Take your ego out of it. Take your egos away. It's not helping. The first thing I want to say for me is this whole Rob situation. Okay, I'm going to say their name. I personally don't like the way his manner on YouTube. I don't like what he said. The things he said is absolutely disgusting. I will never promote a man that says your child's going to get raped. And no, I could never, ever promote that. Never. But if you implement him into a crime and say that he committed this crime, the criminal's still out there. So if you want to be an activist, or if you're somebody who fights for justice, you can't say he committed a crime just because you hate him. because you're still going to have to find that person that did commit the crime. There's no justice there, is there? But if you say that he didn't murder Kanika, apparently you're not justice for Kanika. You're not justice for Kanika by saying the truth. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not going to say someone did a crime because I hate them. I can't stand Rob. I think the way he conducts himself on YouTube is disgusting. And so what do? I don't go over there. I don't watch him. I don't say nothing to him. I leave him. He does his thing. I don't need to talk to him. But he still didn't kill Kanika. He still didn't. So that's justice. That's justice. Saying that someone didn't do it. Let's go and find who did. So please don't bring the bullshit. Please keep your little categories that you want to be in on YouTube to yourself, and then take yourself out of that category and think broader. Think a lot broader, because you're allowing other people's opinions and thoughts to govern yours. And then you're coming and saying you're like people still think they're bosses, but they can't even think for themselves. Okay, so that's the basis of what I want to talk about today. The things that people are going through for no reason on a case for justice. I don't understand that. Okay, when it comes to I've got Carla and I've got Bam up here. Okay, I'm not impressed with the nudes. I'm not impressed with the nudes at all. I'm not. I always said if you're gonna take nudes, you do have to take responsibility to a certain extent for them nudes, but that doesn't give no one the right to start showing your pictures and putting your character down, especially when they've done the same thing. I don't like that. That, for me, I don't like that. So don't get mad when you're exposed, but you expose other people. Don't get mad when you're exposed. And I'm going to say this straight up, because straight drop, let me say your name, because I know you're watching in the bushes. Tell me for real, what have I done to you? Because you say that people attack you, so you defend yourself. That's fine. I agree with that. I think you should defend your character. But I ain't done shit to you. I ain't done shit to you. And then think about all the stuff you said about me on your channel. We could have been going back and forth, couldn't we? We could have been doing that. No, I'm mature. Sorry, I ain't doing that. I say what I need to say and I'm gone. And I'm doing what I need to do. I've got a life outside of YouTube as well, you know. But I think people get consumed. I haven't done anything to you. Nothing. I spoke to someone you don't like. And to be honest, at the time that I was talking to them and you didn't like them, I didn't even know. I didn't even know. And then I got told you're saying all this shit and all this stuff. Grow up. That's all I can say. I ain't done shit to you. You can slag me off all day. I haven't done anything. Anything. And I will carry on defending myself in a mature manner. I don't throw videos up every day. I don't do lives every day. I don't need to, because I know myself. I don't need to prove myself to nobody. But there you go. I want to let I'm going to say hi to everyone in the chat first. Sorry, I didn't even address you guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. I know a lot of you. I see a lot of you around. I see you. Who have we got? Chasing Truth. Thank you for coming, Chasing Truth. Vonnie Boo Boo. I'm not going to go for it. I'm going to do that in a bit because I want to talk to you all. I want to let people say what they need to say. But thank you so much, all of you. I'm looking at you now. I know you come. Check the mirror. I know you come. Thank you. I'm going to let Carla talk. Are you ready, Carla?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I want Carla to talk. I want you to explain how this affects you every day, because the thing is, people think this is just on YouTube, but this is something that can stop you sleeping at night. This is something that can affect you in your day because it's on your mind, you know. It can put you into depressions. It can not, it just can throw you off, you know. You don't want to expect these things to happen. So I'm going to let you talk. I'm going to mute myself.
Okay.
I'm going to let you talk. If anyone else wants to come in and help, like Bam, I know you've been through the same thing. So if you want to both talk together, I'm going to let you guys speak and get it off your chest and let you say what you need to say.
Well, for one, thank you, Painting, for allowing us to even have your platform to have our voices spoken. My whole issue with the person whose name I'm not going to speak is that I didn't appreciate, because of a beef that he and another person had, that my name was brought into it. And being that my name got brought into it, the exposure of private pictures that I took and sent to him were distributed and also talked about. And for that happening, by him doing that, I've had to do what I need to do. No one never thinks that when you are communicating with a friend, you're getting to know them, and you both consensually agree to send and receive pictures and videos of each other, that the other one is going to basically put you on blast about them. And I feel that because that was done, that the rightful thing for me to do is handle it the legal way. And it is very upsetting that it's been said 98% of his subs are females.
Mm-hmm.
And not no one that I know of has stopped and said, don't talk about the pictures. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about that. Mm-hmm. No, not one person has said that. But yet, when I take another YouTuber's picture, just a facial picture, and put it as my profile pic, oh, they start a freaking movement of a hashtag, take down the picture, Carla. Oh, Carla, you're crying victim. But see, the difference is I am a victim of revenge porn. Mm-hmm. And because of that, I'm not going to back down. And I'm not going to drop the charges. And if I have to keep calling every single day, I'll keep calling every single day. Every time there's a live done, every time my name is mentioned, the police are notified. And I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stand for it. I should not be receiving messages from random guys or fellow ex-subs members of a chat asking for pictures because someone put it out there that I sent them pictures. It's not cool.
So we live in a world where women are treated like shit. Let's be real. I mean, there's no respect anyway. Forget this. There is respect. I'm not going to put all those lovely men down that respect their women and look after their women and vice versa. But it's a known thing that the women are targeted in a certain way. You know, it's different for a man to have his nudes out than for a woman, even though it's the same thing. But right. People claim to be intelligent, but they don't abide by these rules. If you're intelligent, you're going to know these things.
Exactly.
You're not acting intelligent. It's not an intelligent thing. You can't say act like someone who knows a lot, act like someone who's got all this charisma and everything, and then do that. It doesn't go with your character. It shows that you're angry. That's all it shows. You're angry. That's it. It doesn't show nothing else. And it's just a load of bullshit back and forth. And it's not fair on people that cannot speak. That, well, not that they can't speak, but no one listens. You know, it's not fair.
It's not. It's so sad to say, but it's so many double standards.
Mm-hmm. A lot of double standards.
It is so many double standards.
Go on, Margot. Do you want to talk? Okay.
I'm curious, Carla, like how many, like, because this has been going on for months. How how long have you just been like sitting with anxiety and fear every day? Like that's what I'm curious about. Like what's that because this
to be honest, and let me set this. I want to make sure that everyone is clear on this, okay? Because I seen where an old chat comment of mine that I made in DC's chat a while, like 5 months ago, I think it was, where I said that the person, I'm not going to say his name, wasn't blackmailing me. That was a lie that society had made up. 5 months ago, no, that person wasn't talking about my nudes. No, 5 months ago, I didn't know that person was even though, come to find out, they were sending my nudes without my consent, was showing my nudes. So no, 5 months ago, there was no anxiety. There was no humiliation or none of that. Because if that were the case, I still wouldn't have been sending the pictures. I still wouldn't have been communicating with him.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
It was just up until recently when there was a beef that was brought upon with him and another person that my name and my nudes got brought into it. You could have said anything else in the world about me, but you want to bring up that.
That's insane.
And I've said it numerous of times. Please stop talking on me. Please leave me out of it.
That's the whole thing.
I'm being told to shut the fuck up. Stop lying. I didn't give out your nudes, but I got the proof that you did. After you do a live saying, because I sent you the pictures, they no longer belong to me, they're yours, and you could do with them as you please.
No, they're not.
And then later on,
I'll tell you that for free.
I get a message on YouTube. A guy sending me a message saying, "Hey, send me a pic and stop playing."
What?
Wow.
Someone who's never asked me anything like that.
That happened to me too. One of his subscribers asked me for a picture and I just ignored him. I was very creeped out, like very.
I would take a picture of a cow's ass and send it back and say, "There you go."
Right? It's so funny, right? They call me the cyber thought. I'm the cyber thought because I sent one man pictures and nudes. If that's what y'all want to call a cyber thought, then I'll be that.
No, you're not.
I'll be that. But at the end of the day, my mom always told me it ain't what they call you, it's what you answer to.
That's true. And that's
I just want people to realize, because at the end of the day, let's just be for real. I nor Bam were the only two females that sent this man pictures or videos. Let's just be real. So to the ladies, to the ladies who are still in that chat, who have sent him and probably still are sending him pictures and videos or doing hangout calls.
Exactly.
If it was done to me, don't think that you're any better, that it won't be done to you. That's all I want people to wake up and see.
Hey, let me ask a question.
Sad.
Let me ask a question, because I'm in the chat, right? So DC, you just made a comment and you said that you didn't believe. You said I didn't believe them though, Carla, and the message got deleted.
I deleted it actually because I'm not going to have them come in here and harass Carla.
What's DC?
What did he say? What did he say?
All he said was he didn't believe them though.
He said you didn't believe. He said you didn't believe me though. Then though, Carla, no, DC, I didn't. Back then, I had no reason to think that he would even do that. I don't even know if DC is still listening, but I had no clue that he was even doing that. Back in April, Drop sent someone my pictures.
Wow.
And it's now
They've got no reason to lie about this. They've got no reason. Sorry, they've got no reason to lie about this because they did. If I
could freaking show the evidence that I have, the proof that I have, I would. But for one, I'm not going to put my body out there like that. And at the end of the day, just like I know the persons he sent them to, and he knows what he's done. And I don't care how much he tries to say, "Stop lying, Carla, stop lying." If I was lying, there wouldn't be a case.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have talked to the special. If I were lying, there wouldn't be. I would not be speaking directly to the lead detective of the Special Victims Unit in Temple, Texas.
Wow.
It's true.
You can call.
It's true.
And look, this is it. I'll tell you. You can call Darlington County Sheriff's Department and ask for the freaking the case number, and they will tell you my name along with his. I'm not playing no games.
I looked it up.
This ain't no shot at society, but I'm not society. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
You had no other choice. This man was literally peddling around your nude photos. You have children who go online, and God forbid.
I have
exactly.
My kids are
Family
on,
members,
my kids
everything.
are on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. And that's what people are not realizing, that how far this can actually go. Because now them pictures, and I'm sorry to say this to you guys, I don't need to take this one way, but you don't know where they are.
Right.
You don't know who's seeing you like this. It's
right. And then you know what is so funny? Even DC made a freaking live, and he can't upload. And he was like, "Yeah, maybe I should email Drop and ask him for the pics of Carla."
What the fuck? Fuck you, DC. Let me say this: Drop is a fucking nerd.
DC.
Dude, a dork and a creep.
But guess what? When Drop and DC wasn't cool, guess what? Carla still was over there supporting DC.
Yeah, I know, I saw it. But the thing is, like, listen, these ladies.
Guess what? When Carla was going live, guess who had a wrench in Carla's chat? DC did.
The thing is, it's embarrassing.
But it does, sorry, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to get this out. DC, if you're listening, it does look like, let's say this in a nice way. It does look like, because I don't have no issue with you, DC, personally. I don't, you know, you do your thing. You're a funny guy, whatever. But it does look like you're kind of, don't take this wrong, but it does look like you're dick riding a little bit. Like, it come from nowhere. Like, you're, like, let him fight his own battles is what I'm saying. He doesn't need you to, and it's obvious. It's kind of obvious that someone's telling you to. But that's my opinion. I'm not going to say that's what's happening. Okay? Don't only want me to say that I said that.
And
but
DC, that's fine. You can
sorry,
let
but
him be
it does.
here. DC said he's in the chat. He says,
he can be in the chat. I'm not stopping you from being in the chat, DC.
Right. I want him to report it.
I'm not stopping you from being in the chat, DC. I ain't got nothing against you. But
no, DC,
it does look like that.
He said it in my chat that it's a business deal. It's business.
But all I'm saying is
he's working for them turkeys.
So guess what? This is how I feel. When you're reporting the news or you're vlogging or whatever, don't just give one side of the story. Not once did DC come to me. Not once that I know of came to Bam and asked for our side of the story. He just went what was put out there and rode with it. Yeah. And to me, that's not a journalist.
Yeah.
A journalist is going to investigate before they just put out some shit.
Can I say this real quick for those that like think they're lying? This is a really embarrassing thing to admit to.
Yeah.
This guy is a piece of shit, and she has to admit that she was not I don't even know the word, but she made a mistake. And that's an embarrassing thing to admit, that I made a mistake, that I sent someone who lied about who they were, presented an image, created an environment where I felt comfortable to send those things, and then totally
he violated me.
Yeah.
That's
the exact word for it. He violated me.
Manipulated you
completely. He could have said anything in the world. He didn't have to bring up nothing about my pictures nor videos. And then to even go on to even describe pictures and all of that you deserve what's coming to you.
He compared both of your private parts on a live, and I watched 200 women laughing.
Wow.
Are severely confused. I'm worried for some of you subscribers. I'm not sure if your family cares about you, because if they knew the shit that you were congratulating online, if my mom was doing that shit, I'd take her fucking phone.
That's what I'm saying. These women are old enough to know better. These women are women that have younger women in their lives, maybe, that could go through this. You can't say what you're going to say now. You're going to say the same stuff that they've said about these two ladies. You're not. You're gonna
say something.
You're gonna defend them. You know.
Go ahead, Bam.
No, Bam. You speak. Speak when you want to speak.
No, I just want to say, like, I just feel like it's real funny to me. Like they sat there and cheered that shit on. They sat there and made it seem for him to do what he was doing. And then when I did my video after the countless lives and uploads and lies that's been said about me, that he sat there the night before his consent for me to do it. So for the ones that are like, oh, I have people that are in law enforcement, that don't mean shit. Okay, let me be clear. The man to put out the pictures and the videos. Now, he also offered to pay me money, which I don't care about none of that. I didn't do that for him for all this shit to keep going. I did it because he sat there the night before me for almost an hour and a half saying, she don't have shit. She lying. Da 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 da. This and that. Fuck her. Fuck her. Fuck Carla. Fuck their mom. And I don't dead. Or mama's dead. Like, bruh, chill. So I did what I had to do because I wanted the way I felt all them times that he sat there and not only on in it, and then for him to sit there and say, "Oh, I never did said nothing bad about." Everybody knows that's a lie. Not only that, all them people over there did all of that when we did ourselves. Now all of a sudden it's a positive movement.
Exactly.
And now
that's what I don't like. Sorry.
And now that we're up here and we're addressing it, I guarantee someone's them keeping up beef. Nah, nigga, that's not how shit. Can't sit here and the people and on your platform you want them to that shit. No, that's bullshit. Y'all are the because a lot of this shit, Bam left shit alone. They if and then for someone to say, "Oh, we're alone," no, ain't no Bam. You can make all the videos you want to, tell all the jokes you want. I don't care about none of that. Okay? I know what I did was not wrong. Everything is a fucking lie. So, okay, yes.
Yeah, Bam. Sorry, you're choppy.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, you're better now.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, you can't sit here and do all this wrong. That person defends themselves and puts out information and shows that on them as far as the scamming, as far as the, oh, she don't have pigs or this and that. Said about me, I prove that y'all are lying. So y'all go deeper. And like you went on my Facebook and went, it was from 3 years ago. And tried to put it up and act like it was a joke and that these people are valid, but little do you know, you around to that situation. And with you doing stuff like that, not only me, you're involving nothing about. And then for to say, oh, well, I don't want to be in no more drama. I don't want to do this. Why now you're a victim? But when they were over there calling me and Carla bitches and hoes and cars and hoes and this and that. But now that we're saying something about it, we're keeping up beef. We're keeping
Damn,
up
you're
drama.
choppy.
No.
Is she still choppy?
I tell y'all.
To me, she
I
is.
took my headphone out for a second. Are you still choppy?
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
You need to go stand by the modem. You need to go stand by the modem. Go ahead.
It's all a joke now. Oh yeah, now it's a joke. Now it's a joke. Hold on, I'm reading the chat too, y'all. Sorry.
Yeah. No, but it is. People go through, like, it's real. Like, you can hear it in Bam's voice that this affects her every day. Like, just thinking about, just going back and even thinking about things that in the past, you know, it affects you every day.
For a long time, and can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
For a long time, I had so many people telling me, "Oh, Bam, expose him. Bam, do this to him. Bam, do that to him." I never did nothing to him. I never did nothing to hurt him. Not with society and Carla to try to take drop down. That was never.
No, that was never that lie needs to stop being pushed. Just because we speak on that lady's platform does not mean that we're teamed up with her to take him down. That lie needs to stop. That narrative needs to stop.
Yeah, that's the shit they do. They push these narratives. They think because they got all them people watching. Well, I ain't gonna say all them people because shit, people get just the same amount of viewers as they do.
All that is that we had an issue with that lady and we squashed our beef like grown women.
Exactly.
That's what you're supposed
and they
to do.
mad at that. Like we grown people on here. We can push it behind us. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
It's like,
sorry, I read a little thing. I don't know if she's in the chat, but Chasing Truth. I respect Chasing Truth. She goes around talking to everyone, and she doesn't get herself involved in personal business, and I love that about her. So why is it some people get attacked and some people don't? Is what I'm saying. Why is it some people get attacked and some people don't? That's the part, you know. But carry on. Sorry, guys.
But yeah, it's just all of this could have been avoided for me if my name just wasn't put in anything. I wasn't behind or the startup of the beef between he and the other person. I didn't even know there was a beef.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people are creating them. People create them.
Stop. Oh, the fly thing. Carla, to be honest, they're the flies, and they go around and they stir up. And no, that's not even the case. No. The real shit starters in their own chat.
Can I ask a question, Carla? Since you brought that up, can anybody tell me what shit I actually started on YouTube that did not have to do with me standing up for him?
And you're speaking complete truth, because to be honest, from me, an outsider looking in on the situation.
DC, sorry, Peyton Truth. DC, you said keep it 100. Carla, you're not an angel. DC, what do you mean by that? Please elaborate.
I'm not
meaning go into detail. No. DC addressed that to me, so I want to know what it is.
I know that, and I'm saying nobody's up here acting like they're an angel. No, yeah, we pictures back and forth, but that does not.
I said it. I don't know if he was in here.
Let me tell you. I don't
know if he was in here when I first said it. I sent the pictures willingly, consensually,
Carla, hold on,
to him.
Let me say this, Carla. Wait. Everybody
say your part. I did say my part, DC. You're gonna have to either watch the replay because I'm not gonna repeat it. My part is at the beginning of this live, so you're gonna have to go back and rewatch it because I'm not gonna go back through all that again.
May I say something really quick, just because I think that might help bring some clarity to the situation. I'm someone who's experienced sexual assault before. I went to therapy for it. It was the best thing I've ever done in my life. Probably saved my life. We victim blame, because I saw someone leave a comment that said, well, why did you send these pics? We victim blame because it makes us
about the inside beef. DC, that's not true. I'm sorry, Margot. I'm so sorry, Margot.
It's okay, but this is so important, and I want you to talk after.
Okay,
we victim blame to people because it makes us feel more comfortable. It gives us a better feeling about ourselves. Why we do that? Well, like, for instance, a girl getting raped, and we go, the first thing we say is, well, what did she think wearing an outfit like that? People get raped in turtlenecks, okay? This what happened to them? Drop created an environment where they felt comfortable, okay? Both parties are mutually responsible for the things that they did. However, when pics or anything becomes a target of harassment and some sort of mental hold on somebody, when you're doing things without somebody's consent, that's assault. Actually, sexual fucking assault.
Yes, it is.
Hey, let me say this real quick.
Go on, guys. Let guys talk.
I think we should take Unshug advice and don't even respond to that clown, because, like I said, he got a boss. He over here.
You're right.
On the job.
You're right.
But anyway, I want to say, what the fuck do y'all think that these women did to this nigga to make him do that? Huh?
That part.
What do y'all think?
Left his
Like,
chat. That's
stop
all I
all.
did. Left his
That's why I
chat. That's
said
all I
we
did.
got grown ass men up here playing victim. Y'all need to go sit the fuck down and do something with y'all real life for real.
Then telling people who they've done stuff to not to play victim. Like, make up your mind. You know, it's almost like this is why I say it's ignorance and arrogance, because you want to treat people a way that, but you don't want to get treated back that way. If you put something out there, all I'm saying is expect to get that back. That's how I live my life. If I do something, expect that shit to happen to me. Because I'm putting it out there. Like, it's like me poking someone and expecting them not to poke me back. Of course they're gonna retaliate. They're going to, you know. And there's something else that a lot of people have the issue with, and it's something else that I saw someone say in the chat, and it's that they didn't even know what was going on. And that's exactly the position I was in when I was in Boog's chat. I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
And then
Nobody
I got
knew there was a
into
real
it, and I
beef.
didn't know. I was like anyone else. I used to go around
Yep.
talking to everyone. I don't have a problem. I will talk to PSYOP people. I will talk to everybody. And then I got pulled in, and I didn't even know what was going on myself. I still don't fully know what the issue is. All I know is that there is a person that is sorry, but they're acting like a predator. You know? But
Girl, K Money. Let me address this lady right here. Miss Carla with the K. See, that's where you're getting your information wrong, sweetheart. I never sent him any pictures through the internet, honey. I sent them to his phone, okay? There's a difference. And even if I did send them through the fucking internet, I still did not give him fucking permission to send or give anyone my fucking pictures. Get the fuck out of here.
what did they say?
It doesn't matter if he had a fucking girlfriend or not. Just because your fucking fat ass probably ain't getting no fucking play in fucking Canada. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, because he had a girlfriend. Well, did you tell him that? Did you tell him that?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
What did he say? What did he
This
fucking
nigga
say?
waking
He
up
said
in
it's like 100. It's like a fucking draft pick. He get bitches thrown at him every fucking day, right?
You know why they
give her
Can I ask K Money a question? Can I just ask that person a question? You say what you said. So what do you think about that person doing the same thing back to them and sending them stuff? Do you think the same?
Basically,
have you got the same?
To me,
I'm not trying to be rude to you. I'm just asking. Do you feel the same?
Peyton Truth,
You can't just feel one-sided.
To me, I'm gonna tell you what I get from her statement, right? From her little comment. She basically said that I got what I deserved because I sent him pictures knowing that he had a girlfriend at home. So it's my fault. And it's my fault that I sent him those pics, that he sent my pics out to other people.
No, that's
and
got
talked
nothing
about him. That's basically what she's saying.
No, the fact that he's got a girlfriend.
Why would you? Right. Men cheat all the fucking time. So do women.
It's got nothing to do with the fact
She better go. Bitch, you better go fucking tickle your own fucking pussy and get the fuck up out of here talking to me about some fucking pictures.
But that's the dumb shit they say to try to defend him.
This is what I'm saying. People are saying things. This is what I say. There's a lot of contradictions because people are saying things to defend people, not realizing they do that themselves because they're not actually thinking for themselves. Now, if you start thinking for yourselves, you'll see what's actually going on. And the thing is, I still don't hate people. It's hard for me to actually hate people. I completely understand why people do. If I'd have been through that, I would. But
you know what?
You can still say, like, at least say sorry, you know?
Guess what? I can honestly say I don't even hate him.
I do.
He just needs to change
hate him.
up.
And you know why? Because it was a lesson and a blessing.
Yeah.
Okay? It was a lesson and a blessing. It was a lesson learned. Guess what? I guarantee you Carla won't send nobody else no goddamn pictures, especially not knowing somebody I ain't never met in person before.
Yeah, but that's a really fucked up lesson to learn. And this is the other thing, because this is talking.
But guess what? Somebody's got to go through it, right? Somebody's got to be an example. And evidently God chose me. Because guess what? Like I said earlier, I know that me and Bam are not the only people who have sent and received pics from this man.
Definitely
Come on now.
I believe that.
I mean, the other thing for me that's weird is just like, and I will say this, and I'm not trying to single anybody out, but this is happening in the chat. Like, for me, as a sexual assault victim, I can no longer support a man, go to his chat, and do that shit, knowing he's done that to women and actively still doing that. This man taunted and compared their vaginas on a live 3 days ago.
Like,
this
it's
man
funny.
threatened Gear's family, said he's going to go after his family, said he's going to find his fucking girlfriend.
And you know what? I never even talked about the man's PP.
Fucking nuts.
And then the few times that I did, guess what? I try to give him some room. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, it's pretty. I ain't talk bad on the man's PP or nothing.
But you can't say all that stuff about someone and not expect them to say that. Like, you're gonna get, like, I'm not referring, okay, let me say this. I'm not saying anything about what I saw, okay. But if somebody, okay, is gonna come back and put you down for your genitalia, okay, and you've already done that to them, expect that back. That's what I'm saying. Expect that back. You know, if you poke someone, they're going to poke you back. That's all I've got to say. And I also, like, you just reminded me, Margot, because I was going to let Gears talk about this. I want you, Gears, to talk about this whole giving information out and threatening people about their address. And because I think Gears can probably put this in a way, because it's happened to him, that it's going to make sense to everyone watching, because I personally don't understand what putting someone's address out there has got to do with you disliking them on a social media platform. People are taking this too serious on here, and that's why there's a lot of serious things happening, because it's serious to you. Okay, but you need to realize this is it's almost like virtual reality on here. We can be people that we're not.
Yeah, but you know what, Peyton? But you know what, Peyton? And I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna go on mute. I've taken everybody's always screaming, take accountability for your actions, right? I've taken accountability for my actions. I have taken accountability. I've never denied the fact that I sent this man pictures. I never denied that.
But you don't need to take accountability for us.
He will take accountability for what he did to me.
You don't need to take accountability for us. You don't need to prove nothing to us. And that's another point I want to say is you don't need to say sorry to us for him leaking your pictures. You only need to say sorry to yourself that you sent them to him. Okay, you don't need to apologize to anybody else, because him doing that was not you. Okay, you sending them to him is not permission for him then to send to do that. Okay, so you don't need to apologize to anyone here for sending him those pictures. And you know, I want you to know that, and I want Bam to know that as well. She's gone, but I want Bam to know that as well. You don't need to apologize to no one. You don't need to clarify who you are to anyone apart from yourself. And that's why I say, once you know yourself, when you get onto a social media platform, you don't have certain issues, because you know yourself. You don't need to retaliate, because you think, this idiot, I'm not even going to reply, you know?
Yep.
But, you know, you don't need to apologize for that. You just need to, like, you learnt your lesson, and that's it. And you said that, and you know what I mean? You that's you. You don't need to do nothing else.
Yep.
You're doing what you need to do. Okay. You're going and you've reported this. And the thing is, people are like, what? She's going too far. No, she's not going too far.
Nobody didn't say he went too far.
They went too far. She's not going too far. She's doing what she should be doing to protect herself. Okay. And possibly other women. And this is what other people are not realizing. What she's doing could protect other women.
It is.
Okay.
For sure.
So, trust and believe. There are other women. I'm just giving them that much respect to not even mention any of their names.
But Carla is also a lot nicer than some of them are, because some of those very same women are in these chats of his laughing at making fun of Carla. And to me, that's fucking mind-blowing. Like,
let them laugh, because they're making themselves look stupid. Yeah, at the end of the day, you're laughing means I follow a predator, so keep laughing.
And not only this, but guess what? Guess what, though? Y'all ever heard of the saying, laughing is catching? So they can laugh now, but I guarantee you they will cry later.
Like, can we say it again, though, that this is supporting a predator? Like, this is fucking nuts, you guys. He literally taunted these women, threatened to show their pictures, did send their pictures to total strangers. They have no clue where their photos are now. And that's fucking disgusting. And I don't even have kids. And I could not support a man like that. I just can't. I can't support men, Logic and Drop, sitting there holding photos over women, making fun of the other women who were brave enough to stand out and say, hey, fuck this shit, this is wrong. And everybody just follows them and says, well, I'm not involved with it, so, it's whatever. It's like, no, because if you continue to support this person while he's doing bad shit, you're condoning it. And condoning means you are helping him succeed in what he wants to do. Because if you don't speak out and say, hey, Drop and Logic, that's some fucked up shit, I'm not going to support you anymore. If all
Toby
did that, they
Toby
change. Or he wouldn't have a platform in order to harass and violate women, which is a safe thing for me. So, I mean, YouTube is huge. You don't have to fucking settle. Like, that blows my mind the most, that people are willing to settle because they need a chat to go in to hang out. Well, how fucking great are these people that you're fucking talking to?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what kills me though, Margot and Peyton and Gears, is that I sat in that chat over a year, and I conversed, I laughed, I cracked jokes. I probably had a few arguments maybe with some of these people, and they think that it's cool.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the thing. Like, even people that I have even talked to outside of YouTube hasn't even reached out to me and said, Carla, are you okay? Have even warned me and said, Carla, don't send no more pictures.
And that's all the things that people don't hear.
But we'll sit over there in that chat and we'll converse back and forth and laugh at the jokes and this and that and the third. And I don't even care about him saying whatever he wants to say because his text messages says otherwise. Okay? But I just want people to wake up and realize if they're going to scream what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, don't be so hypocritical when you're saying what's right and then what's wrong.
Exactly.
And what she did, like, yes, with consent, because an environment was created where she felt comfortable. She did send photos to just Drop. Nobody else. And what Drop did is went behind her back, sent them to God knows how many other people, then threatened her that he would do it again, expose it on live, God knows, send pictures to people in her family, shit like that. Like, that is the same thing as if you're dating a dude, you send him some nudes, y'all break up, and he's mad at you, so then he posts them everywhere. That's revenge porn.
I didn't even know that it was revenge porn until the officer told me it was revenge porn.
It's revenge porn.
I didn't even know. Honest to God, I did not even know what revenge porn was. I'd never heard of it or anything. And then when I made the report, the officer came out to the house, and he was so appalled at what he heard.
Because you didn't realize, because you let it go on for so long, not realizing it was revenge porn.
I can say this.
It's like, what?
Before, when society would say, yeah, I've got these random people sending me dick pics and all this kind of stuff. Back then, I would have been like, girl, that girl is lying. Ain't nobody sending her no pics, asking her for no pics until it happens to you.
To you, yeah. It sounds crazy until it happens to you. And I think that's what a lot of people are going through.
I have had to really reach out to this lady and apologize. Now, whether or not if it really happened, I don't know. But I know that it happened to me. Like, it's not cool. You could have said anything in the world, but you could have just left that part out. Nobody on YouTube, someone coming onto YouTube, someone across your channel should have known anything about he and I exchanging pictures and videos.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's got nothing to do with what we came here for. You know, people are.
And then, it's crazy because he actually reached out to me. And he's like, you need to stop lying on me, this and that and the third. And I'm like, dude, I got proof. You're so blinded that because you see me on a panel or in society's chat that you automatically think that I'm going with society. That's not even the case. And then I tell you what you've done, what my issue is with you, and then you tell me to shut the fuck up. So I've given you your chance. You reached out. You said your part. I responded, explaining in detail what you did and what my issue is, and your response was shut the fuck up.
So what actually started it though? What did you do something to him, or did he do something to you?
No, that's the thing.
That's what I'm trying to get understand.
This is the God honest truth. This is the God honest truth. I was in his chat nonstop. I was sending him information on society because at that time she was a person that me and him and a lot of people did not get along with. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So then the last time that I had spoken to him via text message was on 9/28, and I had sent him a picture. As a matter of fact, I sent him 2 pictures. And he requested a video, and I told him I got him. But then I got to thinking, you know what? Don't do it, Carla. Just leave well enough alone. And I didn't send him the video, and then I stopped going into the chat. And then I would only be in Boog's chat whenever he would go live, because at that time I had just started a new job. I had just relocated, so I wasn't really on YouTube that much. And then next thing I know, Boogs does a live, and he's like throwing shots, but I didn't know who the hell he was throwing the shots at, because I wasn't talking to Boogs outside of YouTube. Only time I was speaking to Boogs was while I was in his chat. And then Boogs does this live, and then the next day, the other person does this live, and then Common Sense puts 2 and 2 together. Okay, they're talking about one another. And then next thing I know, old Toby comes into Boogs' chat and says, well, Carla, you're the reason why this beef is starting. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I asked Boogs in his chat, am I the reason why you have an issue with him? And he clearly says no. But yet I get pulled into it, and then my pictures get talked about.
This leads back to him being jealous and him thinking that Boogs wanted you.
That's the thing. Me and Boogs never talk like that, and I can show proof where he had asked me about it, and I told him straight up, that dude never got at me like that. Boogs came to me straight up, and he was like, look, if something's going on between you and Straight Drop, that's my boy. I ain't even gonna come at you like that.
That's because Boogs got a brain. He thinks for himself. Do you know what I mean?
Because he chose to think otherwise. Oh, all of a sudden, DC does lives thing. Carla got the dudes going crazy over the poo and this and that and the third, and that ain't even the case.
Man.
Imagine the power trip that someone has to have to be this bold and
brave. Hey, sorry, Margot, sorry. I'm just gonna mute for a second. I'm just gonna check confinement and come back. 1 minute. Carry on talking.
But like, can you imagine the power trip that someone must have to be this like bold and brazen? Literally, the reason why he threatened to send these pictures and tell people about it is because Carla and Bam didn't do something that Drop wanted them to. And when he said on live, that's my kitty, that's my property, I truly believe this delusional fat piece of shit literally thought that. And that's the whole thing when I get to the point of like supporting him, is that by giving him that attention, typing in his chat, you are feeding into his delusion that you actually enjoy the shit and content that he says. And it's all terrible. He uses his platform to literally harass people. And the other half of the time, it's clickbait, incorrect, bullshit, crime talk for money. This is like, I feel crazy if I would have to like tell this shit to somebody in person who doesn't know this.
I want to answer Camera 25's question.
Go for it.
She says, "Can I ask a question? I heard he was selling pics to people in prison / jail, but we all know that this is a rumor all on YouTube. To be honest, when I heard about that, to me it was just a rumor. I don't have any proof of that he was selling my pictures or anyone's pictures for that matter of a fact to anyone in jail or prison. So, Pamela, I can't honestly answer that. My answer is I don't know if that's true or not. But I do know that my pictures were sent without my consent. And I actually wanted to answer New York Goddess's question. Yes, I did know. Yes, I did take responsibility for sending my pictures. At the end of the day, yes, there's always that chance of someone doing it, but when it was your first time, to be honest, I didn't think about it that way.
Wow.
I didn't. I didn't think that he would do anything like that. I never ever would have thought that he would have done anything like that. And I don't know if they're still in the chat or not, but
My thing is this too, like, just because you haven't experienced this and they haven't done it to you doesn't mean that you can't care about the fact that they're doing it to other women. And the continual support of this man only feeds into his narcissism that he can continue to do it again. Let's not forget this man
right.
also trademarked a dead child that's not his without the mother's consent, begged for tombstone money for a tombstone the mother never gave consent for, is willing to lie 28 times saying he found the killer, implicate innocent people in this crime that like, why do you watch him? That's what I want to know. Like, what does he give you? What does Drop give you? Does he give you information? Fuck no. So then what is it? And I'm not even talking to Casey, but she makes me think about the other people that support him. And I'm just like, what do you get out of it? What you get out of it is friendship. You get out of it drama to sit and talk shit about other people. But wait until it's about you. Wait until he's harassing you. Wait till he puts your kids up there for something he likes. And then see if you want to see other people saying, well, he never did anything to me. That's like, someone raped me and I pointed out who the rapist was, but then all my friends went to go to his birthday party.
Hold on. Okay, love to hate you. It says, Carla, didn't you throw society under the bus when you told her about this? Then you ran back to Drop's chat. I'm confused. I'm confused as to what you're talking about when you say I threw her under the bus, and then ran back to Drop's chat. I'm not understanding what you're saying because I'm confused too. So if you could please elaborate in detail what you're talking about, and then I'll have no problem answering your question.
I think she means when society came out and told the first story about it, and you were terrified.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. And that's what I said earlier. 5 months ago, when I put that comment in DC's chat, I was not being blackmailed. I, meaning Carla, hey, Barbara, this is Shirley. Hey, Shirley, this is Barbara, wasn't being blackmailed 5 months ago. That was a lie that she was saying about me. Had it been me, I still wouldn't have been sending him the pictures. He would have just only had the pictures that he had prior. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me address this. This is what I like. Yes, Chasing. We've supported people who've doxed him more, correct? That's okay? No, it's not. It's absolutely not okay. And you don't have to settle. I don't settle. I don't watch Drop. I don't watch G. I don't watch Logic.
No, you're good. Loving to hate you. You're good.
Any of those people at all. Like, I'm cool on that. And if a friend of mine were to do that, then I would be like, you know what? I'm cool on you for a while until you change. And this whole unity, there's no unity without accountability. These men need to come out and say that they're sorry for all the fucked up shit that they did. And then you could have unity. But to just be like, oh, well, we're all going to get along now. Like, how many times have we tried unity before? It doesn't work. And it's because these guys don't want that. Because when you have a unity chat, there's 19 people in that motherfucker. But when you're sitting there doxing somebody or talking about their nude pics, 298.
But you could build on that 19.
I did.
There's nothing wrong with having 19 people in your chat. That's a good thing. People are listening to you. Build on that 19. Build on that respect, what you're doing there. Because those 19 people are respectful people. Well, more respectful than the people that are saying things like negatively in the chat that on the situation they know nothing about other than what you say, because they're only getting your side of the story. That's why I say you have to be open-minded and talk to everyone and understand, and people who are not involved get involved for no reason, and it's
told to suck a dick and go play with my dildo because I corrected G on a Kanika video that he had incredibly wrong. That's the sort of behavior that's going on. And then when I see like people in his chat and yada yada, like, I don't hate you for it. Like, it's not even like that because I get it. But at the same time, I'm just like, if I heard somebody say that shit and talk like that to their subs and I didn't know anything about it, I would be like grossed the fuck out. And it's just weird to me. Like I I don't understand this whole behavior. I mean, what do you get out of watching it? What does it give you? You get information? Fuck no. You feel better about yourself afterwards. I never do.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. You don't feel good. If you don't feel good, then that's you. Your body telling you, because that's an emotion. That's something you feel. That's your body telling you this isn't good for me. So people don't realize how much negative actions can affect your health. It can. I mean, people go into depression, and they when you're depressed, your immune system actually lowers. Your immune system. It's scientific. Your immune system lowers.
I told you about this today. We talked about this. I was like, yes, I had to ask myself, why did I support some of these people? And it was because like I had health problems. I take care of my mom. She was going through something. Like I was depressed. I wasn't even painting. I had really bad anxiety issues that I couldn't get under control. And so it makes sense to me now when there was a time that I entertained that shit. It's because I wasn't mentally right and happy. And so I understand that when we talk about it, it makes people feel uncomfortable because when I say all this shit, then it's gonna make you feel uncomfortable because you're like, well, what type of shit do I entertain? What does that make me? You know, it's a fuck. Like I get it. I get why there's this like, well, it didn't happen to me. You know, but like the truth of it is, this is fucked up shit.
It is.
Guys doing this to this women, they're fucking scamming a dead child. Like, holy fuck.
Exactly. And even with Gears, I mean, Gears he was actually standing for justice. He stands for justice. And then you get people saying, I'm gonna show people where you live, and I don't know what else was said. Gears, are you there?
Yeah,
how do you feel about what you went through? You never pushed that out of I'm gonna show addresses, but then you get that back. What do you feel about that?
No, it's just crazy. Like for real, it's like you just really gotta think about the people who you watching and supporting. You know what I'm saying? It's like I ain't did nothing to him except put out what he done said. You know what I'm saying? And really speak the truth about him. That's why I put that video out earlier, saying that ain't nothing negative about the truth. If I'm speaking the truth about the situation, no matter if it's about you or somebody you support or whatever, it is what it is. You got to deal with it. You know, it's like the only thing I did was support Bugs and be in his chat. And the crazy thing about it, I was supporting Bugs and I didn't have a problem with him. I was in his chat too. You know what I'm saying? When that shit popped off, I was still in his chat. I said, what up? You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. I called into that YouTube Court TV and I told him all of this. And he even tried to lie about it.
I got hung up on when I called into YouTube Court TV.
Yeah, so it's like he was mad that, you know, he thought that once he had to fall off of Bugs, you know, everybody was just gonna stop fucking with Bugs, you know, just because he said so, you know, and it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all two got a problem.
It's been a year, a little over a year. People have developed friendships or acquaintanceships. If I don't even know if that's a word, don't get me to sound like girl news, but so because a channel holder and another channel holder are beefing, it's not okay for us to go in the other one's chat because they're both beefing with each other. You can go into the other person's chat and not talk shit about the other one.
Exactly.
You know,
I do believe that.
Yeah, and I called into the YouTube Court TV, and that's when, you know, they tried to lie about it. When I called them out for the bullshit lies, like all they did was try to lie when I called in on there. So they tried to make it seem like I was talking shit about them. But the only thing I was saying when I was in Bug's chat, I was saying how crazy it was that all those people who was just fucking with Bugs, right, was saying this, and that, and the third about him once him and Straight Drop had a problem. Nothing to do with nobody but them two. But now they over there talking shit about him. But you was just calling them bro and this and that, calling them family, all that. But now him and Straight Drop got a problem, and you saying fuck him. Like, that's crazy. Like, and that's all I was saying in the chat. Like, and that's why I wasn't. I'm gonna say I was in his chat saying, you know what I'm saying, speaking to people, but I wasn't really sticking around no more because I didn't want to be around those people no more because I saw how fake they was. You feel me? And you know, same thing happened to me. Didn't take too long. You feel me? Same thing happened to me. But now we get to the point where you mad about somebody being in the chat, and now you doing your research on me. You trying to find out who my girl is and who my family is and any other information you can find.
Because
like, you gotta be
you
fucking
can't prove your
crazy.
point properly.
But can we understand that literally people are getting harassed for having an opinion, and that's why a lot of people don't speak out and say stuff because they do see how others are treated. Like, that's insane to me. Like, people are literally scared to correct someone, to say, hey, that's not right, or this is wrong, because you'll get timed out, you'll get hidden, you'll get exposed, quote unquote. You'll have your text messages that you sent 6 months ago posted. You know what I mean? Like that shit is so fucking corny to me.
And
like,
and their subs should be able to say, and still follow that person and still, because you're saying, like, people say family. Like, if my brother does something wrong, I'm telling him for his own good.
Yeah.
So why do your subs not tell you that you're destroying yourself doing this? You are.
Care about them
now. You're destroying yourself.
Because if you care about somebody, you won't listen up. You'll say, hey, bro, don't do that. Hey, like, chill out. Like,
exactly. And still be able to respect that person. That you should be able to say, this is a little, like, chill out, stop all this nonsense. It's not helping a situation, it's making it worse, without being doxxed, you know, without having your information put out there, without your pictures getting put out. You should be able to say these things.
Not happen too.
For their benefit.
Hey, got doxxed to fucking hell, had her entire family show, all because she had a different opinion. Listen, however you may feel about the information Tay put out, there was no reason for her to be treated like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's not the first person. She took one of the most brutal beatings when it came to that. Was literally terrified for her life. These people were finding out where she lived. Not even these people. And some of his minions were finding out where she lived. Were finding out who her family members were. And there's no apology. There's no, I'm sorry, I'll never do that behavior again. It's just totally ignored. So fuck your unity. You're a piece of shit. And until I see some accountability, until I see videos that say, I'm sorry for asking for trademark, I'm sorry for doxing and exposing people to hell, I'll never do that behavior again. And I'm not settling. And I encourage everybody else not to settle either. Like, everyone here will go live. I'll give you a space to talk and hang out. I'll tattoo and draw on live. But chill goes live. Like, you guys, you don't, like, I'm not telling you not to subscribe to anybody, but it's a pretty sad day when even Tommy Sotomayor tells his subscribers, don't flag anybody. Don't hit the dislike button on anybody. We're not playing that shit over here.
Mm-hmm.
When you look worse than that dude, you gotta fucking evaluate yourself.
And the like people are, I mean, I'm reading the chat as well, sorry, and people are saying, I mean, Leroy Gray said that how did it, you know, go from, like I said, the topic of a child dying in a freezer to this? And I totally agree with what he's saying. It is interesting to see that change. And if you watch that change, you can learn how to not do that yourself, you know, watch the process and take it on board yourself and say, look, I'm learning from this and I'm going to move on. But yeah, go on, Giz. Sorry, I chopped you off.
Oh, I was just finna say, like, on top of that he did to these women, like, just this week, like, this is not no old shit. Just this week, he said this shit about finding my girl and my family. Just this week, and not even just me. He called Reckless Mama. He threatened to put out a book on, you know, he do his little research and put it out there. He said he was gonna put out a book
He
just
don't
like
do
he
his
did
own
to Rob.
research. Okay.
Oh, I'm sure he don't, because he's not
Smart.
he's not really
He
blessed up
don't do
there,
his
you
own
know.
research.
Just being honest, that's not talking shit, but that's my opinion. Just saying.
Well, I'm stating facts.
No, like
Mm.
I need apologies if anything's gonna be.
I don't want an apology. I don't. I don't
About
want an apology from him. I don't want an apology from any of those subs that sat over there and egged it on and encouraged it and laughed at it. I don't want their apologies.
what do you want?
I don't.
To
I
be left
want
alone.
my. It's exactly.
Okay.
It's that simple. It's not hard.
Stop
If
saying
you
my
can't
name.
say sorry, just leave them alone. Just leave that and get back to what we're here for. You know, it doesn't matter how many views you get on your videos. If you're promoting something that is positive, something that is educational, anything that you want to do, funny, comedy, anything, if you're pushing that out and you don't get as many views, it doesn't matter,
Hey,
because
Rebel.
you feel good about yourself doing it.
Yep.
And then you can build on that. And this is the thing, people don't like the idea of things taking time. We live in a society where everything is instantly it's instant gratification of everything. You know, our phones, we start banging things if it don't work. Think about back in the day, how long it took for a computer to start up.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Yeah?
god. I hated dial up. Oh my god.
Yeah. So how we forget all of this, all these little things that we just want instant. No, you've got to build on it. You've got to take your time, and it's actually more satisfying. You get more gratification from it, and it's something you're interested in that you keep doing. You'll keep at it. You know, this is why you see people, they switch up all the time to try and find what's getting the right view. No, do what you want to do. Build on that. Every YouTuber out there that was successful and has all these millions of followers, that there was a time where they only had 19 people in their chat. So take your time and do something that actually benefits you and others, because they'll keep coming back to you to see what you have to say that way. All of this right now is just instant gratification, instant shocks, instant attention. And to be honest, it's in the long run, it's not going to get you anywhere. Taking your time is going to produce quality videos, a quality channel that people want to listen to. Okay.
Right.
But in the midst of it, this all happens, and it's got nothing to do with anything. And I feel so bad for these people that they've had to go through this, and this affects them at home when they're not even on YouTube. I feel sorry for everyone that's been through this. I feel sorry for everyone that felt they had to send a picture. I feel sorry for anyone that's had anything back from this and has been put down, because I've seen both. These women are attractive women that are being put down just because no one likes them. It's wrong. Because in this society, you know that men look at women and that's it. It's just about what they look like, and they're judged upon that. And that's partly the reason why I don't throw my picture out there all the time. And it's because I want people to listen to what I have to say. As soon as I throw my picture up, I become a sexual object, and I'm not. I want
Right.
you to hear what I have to say. Okay.
Right.
Hey,
society.
Yeah.
Peyton, I know this is your panel.
I didn't even see any her in the chat, to be honest.
If society could come up, because I want her to let these people know that she and I are not on a team. She's ended her beef with Drop. They're not talking bad about each other. So they need to please disassociate me.
This is what I'm trying to understand.
Teaming up with her. Like, that's so petty.
I don't understand. I don't know even know how to add her, to be honest. How do I add her to it? Oh, okay.
I think she put her she got her email in the chat.
Okay, wait a second. 1 second. I mean, let's see.
I'm gonna do an after party live, I think. So.
Did she put I don't think she did. Did she put it in the chat?
Yeah. Society, you may need to put it in there again.
I can add her. Hold on. I think.
Society needs to be cool with Carla. Y'all get it right. Uncle Chuck's so funny. I like him. Hey, Uncle Suge. Oh my God. I remember you. I was looking at some old stuff and I remember a super chat that you did back in the day. You have always said the same thing from day one about Toby. I'm going to just say that. I got proof of that.
I'll add her. Hold on, painting. I'll add
Oh,
her
No,
for
she's
you.
when you
back.
came back up here? When you come
No,
back up
because
here, girl?
I'm on my old phone because the other
It just
phone
popped
is
up.
charging.
I know.
Oh, okay. I was like, hold up, girl. Don't be doing that.
Hold on. I'm finna add her. Hold on.
I think that was really nice what you said, painting earlier, just about like how you felt sorry and the way you elaborated on it. Like this really is a sad situation, and I
It is
hope,
to me.
yeah,
I don't think people understand. I feel so bad for because I could never imagine that happening to me. And
But can I
seeing
be
how I would
honest with you?
feel.
Can I be honest with y'all? Like for me, at the end of the day, I'm grown. I made that conscious decision to send those pics, right? And I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me for what has happened to me. I just want them to be aware that what was done to me is wrong. And if it happened to me, don't think twice that it won't happen to you. But I am praying to God that by me following the following up with what I've said that I've done will stop it from even happening to another person.
That's what I'm
Oh
saying.
my God.
so
Oh my God.
Carla, you're
You
What?
such an
can
intelligent woman.
you cannot be serious.
What happened?
Hold on. I'm finna show you. Wow.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna try and add her. 1 second.
Hold on.
So,
Wait.
oh, okay.
I think that's the right one. Yeah, that's her. I just added you, society.
Okay, what were you owing my guarding for though?
Hold on, Carla. I'm fixing it. I need you to our regular hangout.
Thank you, Kamiko. Carla's Carla Cullen says look a lot younger than me. I'm 32, Carla.
But like, I think Carla's
Carla
really
is
brave.
32.
I think for her to admit all this stuff, to take all this heat unnecessarily, and
Like I real life, I went to society, I squashed my beef with her, and I straight up I told her like everything that I did, every information that I gave this person, I gave her
Carla,
everything.
Carla.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So this just happened. G went live and Controller was in there and he was like thanking Drop for something. And this is no shade on G or Drop. I'm just telling you what just happened at Controller. So, she recently had an issue with Drop because he put her kid out there and he put photos and he insinuated things. So all she said was, fuck Drop. And he basically told her to leave and get out. And she was like, you know what? If I leave, I'm not coming back. And he said, good. And then he went on to say that he does not care if you've been with him since the beginning. He doesn't care if you were a moderator, if you got a wrench, if you come on there with that negative shit, and that you can leave. And I know she's hurt. She's hurt because that's G.
I'll talk to her.
So I text her. Yeah, like I texted her right away and I was just like, hey, I just seen what happened. I tried to say something to her, like you don't have to leave, just chill, like, because, things
I'll
change
text her
from
right
day to
now.
day. Things change from like day to day over there. So I didn't, but I actually commented with 4 different channels and all of my channels are hidden on his page. So I was like, fuck that. So I just said, fuck it. I didn't write anything else. I didn't try. I just texted her directly. But something that I want to say about this whole situation is what I've noticed in the past couple of days, especially all last week, is when these people have done these really awful things, because these aren't just typical beefs. These are beefs that they've taken outside of YouTube and involved family and friends, loved ones, your children, your other accounts on other social media. you know, these are outright invasion of privacy type things. And when they've taken things that far and then they noticed that the YouTube public community doesn't like it, they're not okay with it. When people who are adults see, like, okay, this isn't just people roasting each other. This isn't just your typical beef where people are roasting and then they move on with their life. No, these people are getting involved in areas where it's literally illegal. They're doing things that are criminally and civilly illegal. And when they notice that the public isn't taking too well to it, well, then all of a sudden they do this really ingenuous thing where they're like, oh, well, we're going to squash our beefs. We're going to do this positive, you know, like we're only being positive, blah, blah, blah. But then there are those victims or survivors, I should say, who are left in their wake, who are like, wait a minute, you just did this to me 2 days ago. And now because you decided you didn't like the flack that you got off of it, now that you notice that there's more people who disliked what you did than liked, now you want to sweep it under the rug and say you're all about positivity now. But you have these people left behind who are genuinely hurt, who went through genuine real life issues and problems due to their actions, who are not going to just be able to tuck their feelings down in their pocket and never retrieve them again. That's not the way life works. Like, look at Controlla. And you know, me and Controlla's had major issues. So I'm not saying this in any way to defend her. I'm being outright in reality here. She had to give her kid to her family member for a week because of all of
No,
these
it
phone
wasn't a week.
calls.
It wasn't a week. It wasn't a week. It was just over the weekend.
Okay, well, my bad. I didn't mean to be
Yeah, I
like
don't want
technical
them
with it.
to. Yeah, I don't want nobody twisting and putting
Okay.
shit on that
Well,
girl. You
see,
know.
the main point that I was going to make is that family member probably had nothing to do with YouTube whatsoever, has no idea about the things that go on here. And now for her to have to call a family member and say, can you keep my daughter because so, you know, these people have said these things, you know, there are going to be family that go, what the hell is going on? You know, you don't do anything wrong, but yet children's services is fucking with your kid again. There are going to be family members that are questioning the situation because it's not real. It's very surreal that these people act like this and cause real life problems. So that's not something, you know, and then she had to get up and she had to go to court. That's an actual court date that goes into the fucking computer. That is an actual system that keeps track. Once your kid is in that system, you know, you might as well consider yourself being watched until your child's 18 or you move out of state. So these are actions that people are not just going to say, okay, but that person made an announcement that they're all about positivity now and they're going to move on with life now. Well, I mean, I appreciate the thought that they want to move about with their life, but the wreckage that they've left in the background needs to be accounted for. I think it would be just a little bit less, you know, of a problem if they would at least spend as much time that they have causing the problems as they would fixing it. You see what I'm saying? Like if they spend a 4-hour live destroying someone's reputation, at least give that person 30 to 45 minutes of a genuine, you know, apology and
I don't want an
how you're
apology,
going.
but I
Maybe
don't
not
want
you,
one.
but some people, you know, there's more than us that was affected by this. At least
Right.
they can do something and tell us, well, what about you has changed? Why should we trust that you're going to move more positive now? Can you give us an example of how you plan on doing that? Can you tell us what happened to you or what made you come to the decision where you recognize what you've been doing is really wrong and it affects people's real life so that what we can do is see whether we can take you serious or not now.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. It's about people forget how their character gets affected by these things. I mean,
Yeah, and
people
it's
are going to look at
easy
you
for them.
differently.
It's easy for them to
Mm.
say, "Oh, I'm going to move on now." But
Mm-hmm.
you don't
But
even
because
get an
they decide
apology
to,
out of them, much less
but this is what I don't
accountability.
understand, right? Just because they decide, okay, I'm gonna move on now. That's supposed to make it okay
That's
because
what I'm
they
talking
decide to
Exactly.
move on.
talking about? Like, where's the apology video? Where's the because you did all this shit public. So what
Yes.
should have happened first? But where's the
and then you get people being shot down. Yeah, and then you get people who are like they said the controller was in her feelings. Well, you're damn right she was. It was just fucking like 48 hours ago that her daughter and herself was put on a fucking video, which we found out that video had a date on it that was months old. That means he had that video on fucking private, just waiting for her to make a wrong move.
That's the type of shit I'm talking
Exactly.
about.
And that's exactly what Painting Truth said from the beginning. Who records if you're friends with somebody, why would you record conversations with them if you didn't have any type of bad intentions of it? So but you know what? It's so crazy because he said it so many times that he don't have no friends. He don't have no friends. He don't care about nobody.
And that means that
that's
the
a
whole
fucking snake, a snake ass nigga.
Yes, and then when you sit there and because what people aren't taking, like what people need to start really thinking about. Okay, if he had that video for months and he was just waiting for the right slip up so that he could put it public, well, then that means for months, no matter what he has said to her, no matter which chat he was in, no matter what video he was on, if she said hello and he said hello, he was snaking her the entire fucking time.
Yeah, smiling in your face and laughing behind your back.
And doesn't that say something about somebody's fucking character? Are we not going to sit back and actually start? And then you got people, like there's a channel holder over there who's like, oh, I need you to make this intro for me, and I really appreciate that, and blah blah blah. Snack. Fuck that intro. You've got subs that the person that you claimed were you went hard for these people. How can you as a channel holder get so close to subs that you are calling them family? You are calling them friends. You guys sat up in chats because I know I've got some subs from over there that told me that they sat up when his grandmother died in a fucking chat where there was only like 5 people talking to him, and they stayed in there with him for like 5 hours overnight. But then some of them same people are now coming to me in emails and stuff and in my chat and going, he acts like he don't even know us ever since he got involved with this dude. And I don't even know what to say to him because
don't say nothing.
It's hard to stomach. It's hard to sit
I wouldn't say nothing.
Yeah, it's hard to sit back and give him an excuse because there is no excuses. There is no you had a video for months against a woman who has a child who you watched facing problems. He watched her go down that road where she was going, where she was getting all these phone calls made, where she was being harassed, where she was being called. I remember, I'm not going to say names of other channels, but there were other channel holders who made videos calling her a whore. Where they were showing like her Instagram photos and trying to make her out like she was like a thirst trap or something. She's dealt with some bullshit, and here all along, you've got this guy sitting in the background like a straight fucking creeper who has videos that he made previously where they are against people, and he's just waiting for that person to like step on the wrong eggshell so he can release it.
That's what it looks like.
Is that not a predator fucking tactic?
Y'all look.
Right?
And the thing someone said
that's a predator type tactic.
Yeah. Someone said in the channel, I can't remember, who was it? Chasing Truth. Sorry if it's not you. But he said to talk to people one-on-one, and I agree with that. People should be talking to people one-on-one.
Yes.
If people just emailed each other and sorted it out that way, this wouldn't be happening. It's true.
But the thing is, are we dealing with someone who's capable of doing that one-on-one?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say, because he obviously started the idea of throwing things out there so everyone can see. So you haven't started the character of being that person that you can talk to one-on-one, and the thing is, this person has attacked people who hasn't attacked him. So he needs to go to them to start that one-on-one. Okay. If he wants to start a one-on-one with me, he can talk to me, and no one else needs to know he's even spoken to me, because that's the type of person I am. I don't put people's business out there.
Right.
Okay. But you come to me and speak to me and say, look, do you know what I mean? Before you chat about me in a negative way for no reason, I didn't do anything. So the one-on-one needs to start from him coming to me. I didn't do anything. He could have emailed me and said, well, I'm not really, I don't really want to connect myself to you because I don't speak to bugs, and I don't want to connect myself with that. Done. Why all of that? What he said? Why?
Mm-hmm.
No, it was unnecessary.
Yep.
You could have spoke to me like I'm an adult. I have an adult life to live. I have adult things to do. I have bills
Yeah,
to
and
pay,
how is
work
it
to
that
do,
these
kids
like
to feed.
and I know Painting Truth, you used to like go in his chat. You were a normal person and he had
Yeah.
respect for you. How
She
is it
had a
that he can
wrench.
turn respect on and
Yeah.
off like a
She had
fucking
a
light
freaking
switch?
wrench.
Yeah, but he can turn that on and off like a fucking light switch, and all because what, he's seen her in Boog's chat once? Is that where it stemmed from, or do we even know where it's where he suddenly turned that switch off now? And how is
That's
it his
true.
subs don't recognize this going on?
They recognize it.
Exactly.
They recognize
Yeah, they
it.
recognize
They
it
can't.
because
They
all of them,
cannot. They
they
cannot
all
not recognize it.
exactly because they all sat over there while he was calling her all type of bitches and this, and that.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that's where it come from. It come from being in Bug's chat. That's where it came from with me.
That's.
That's where it came
I
from
didn't
with
even
Pretty
know I
Face.
was in.
Yep.
I talk to everybody. I speak to everyone, and I literally got up the next day
I
and
mean, is there a
saw that
list?
he was saying this, and I was like,
Does
where
he
did it
have a
come
list?
from?
I think what his subs need to ask for, like, soon, is if he could please put a list up in the corner of his screen that shows all of the people that he will turn on you for if you fucking are caught in their chat. I mean, at
Okay, can
least
I
give
say
people
something
a
real quick?
warning. I
Can
mean,
Mm-hmm.
I say something real quick? I just want to say how they say, oh, Bam Society and Carla, oh, they're keeping up shit, this and that, right? Well, I find it mighty funny that I was trying to add society to this panel, and as I was putting in her name, um, there's a whole nother society, the Anon picture,
imagine that.
which is
Oh,
the
it's him.
same, which
Yeah.
is the same the same picture that did a video under the Lul's name the other day, and
No, Lil's
it's
Imagine
just
that.
picture.
real funny.
The name of the page was if you laugh now, you're fucking stupid. You're stupid or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yep.
But
What has it got?
before,
My photo
it
now?
was that, it was Society's 2 cents.
Was
Second
But
it?
main channel. Yeah, it was Society's 2 cents. Second main
I
channel.
knew it was Drop. I knew it was fucking Drop who did that. And the thing is,
And
like,
then
no, but these
still
dudes,
mentioning my name, even though he's not saying it out loud. Still putting my name in chat.
yep,
it's
yep,
funny that that same name was at one time Golden One. That same name was
Mm-hmm.
also country or XX, or not XX, but it was
The
Country
Texas
Girl
girl.
Texas, and that's the same
Yep.
Yeah,
person that
I
sent
remember
me
that
the
too when he put
video.
that video on
That's
the
the same person that
chimney.
sent me the video of
I'm gonna
Drop
just put
being in
out.
the Crown
I'm
Plaza.
gonna just look. Just do this, Bam. Public service announcement. Okay. When you change your name, it don't always like Google and YouTube. It don't generate at the same time. That's why, like
nope.
some people are still seeing Alicia's picture on when I type in their chat, and other people are seeing my actual picture.
Yeah,
Alicia, I
it
took
takes
your
a little
picture
while.
down. So you have to be careful when you're trying to snake people and be deceptive,
Mm-hmm.
or shall I say, deceitful.
Yep, all that.
Like, I
Because
don't even want an apology. When I asked, when I talked to the court man or whoever, whatever the fuck, I talked to him, and this was like when all this shit first started, and I said, well, damn, don't you feel like you owe me an apology? That motherfucker said, I'm not apologizing to you. Okay, well, keep it that way.
Don't expect an apology. Don't ever expect an
I
apology
don't
nope.
from
want an
anyone. That
apology.
just know
I
yourself.
don't want
That's
an
me.
apology. I don't want an apology. I don't want shit from none of them people. Nothing.
Because then you
Just
become
leave me the
consumed finding that
stop
apology. You
mentioning
know.
my name. Leave. I proved what y'all are saying about me is lies. Like, at the end of the day, you
Painting,
tried
can
to.
you share your can you share this, can you share that the picture that I just put in the back of the hangout with all of us in here so they can
Share.
see? Is there a way that you can share that?
I don't know. I don't even. know how to use this Hangouts properly.
Hold on,
I
I'll
know how
do
to
it.
go
How
live
about
and
this?
that's
I'll do
it.
it. This is what I'll
Okay.
do. I'll turn my camera on and then I will show it on my phone. If everybody will just mute up, so that way people in the chat can see exactly what Bam is talking about.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second.
Carla, can you pull up the one where it was golden? Like, remember the side by side?
Can you guys see that? You gotta mute up, Bam. Oh, hold on. I gotta touch the screen so people can see it. Can you guys see that? That's what Bam's talking about. Uh-oh, Margot, you gotta mute up, baby. Because you're showing on the screen. That's what she's saying. It's showing up the Lowell's picture with Society 2 Cents main channel on there. So, yeah. Now this, the green one is actually Society, it's on the panel, but
does it say
crazy.
active next to it?
Yeah, it does. The other one did. Yeah. I don't know. Nobody see my code. Yeah, it says active an hour ago. Yeah, it says
So it's
active
being used.
an hour ago.
Account
Yeah,
that's being used.
That's
right.
Screenshot it. Screenshot
There's
it.
so many games getting played.
Please.
Yeah, you've gotten it. Trust me, you've got it.
Okay.
Hey, but justice for Kanika, right? You know, justice
Exactly.
for Kanika. Get the fuck out of here.
But hey, we're just shit starters and telling lies and and speaking on this man for no
Now,
reason.
Carla, I'm gonna send you from the same that was once golden one. That was once the. I'm gonna send it to you so you can show this off.
Okay.
I would love if we could match up the
Yeah.
URLs.
I remember when he made the fake golden too. I
Okay,
remember
I'll
that.
show it.
Carla, I wish you would show.
You gotta send it to me.
I don't have the other ones. You have them.
I don't have it in. Yeah. Well, it's not in this phone that I'm on.
I don't think I got them in this phone either.
But this one, damn, I had just the other. I don't have the other phone with me right this moment.
It's the same message, the same dates and everything.
All right. If everybody will mute up, then you'll be able to see it. Sorry for Bam's screenshot right there. That's where it says Society 2 Cents. And then this was the first message is from him where it says August 29, 2018 at 5:43 a.m. saying, you seen this? And then, of course, Bam didn't respond until September the 2nd saying, oh, shit, sorry, y'all. Seen what? Is what she responded saying. You seen this? And then her saying, seen what? So, yeah. You have to be careful. That stuff doesn't generate in time. So, if you're going to try to
he
be wicked
with that one because he spoke
if you try to be
directly to you.
wicked,
he spoke to
right
you from that account. It's a wrap.
He even tried to call me.
Yeah.
Oh, send that. If you got a screenshot of that, send that too.
Yeah, I'll
You
send
already
it to
got
you.
it, Society.
Why this is the thing. Why all these games? They could have just this is really childish to me.
It's very childish.
Like why are they doing this? This is crazy. Has it got I don't know how
God
it got
damn
to
you,
this.
Margot. Margot be beating them keys up like Baby Chosen.
Chosen King round 2. Power of God.
She be beating them keys up like Baby Chosen.
I wonder what that.
Y'all see how they work.
What happened to the cat, Margot? I saw your cat.
Oh yeah, man, Zevon. Hold on.
Hi, AM.
Motherfucker. He's so bad.
But yeah, I keep saying that they playing a lot of fucking games that I'm not with at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm to the point now where it's fuck you completely. Like, bro, you don't tell me that you trying to find out who my girl and my family is, and think
Exactly.
that I'm
I'm
gonna
his
have any
girl.
type of peace with you.
I'm Gears' girl.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's the thing.
I'm
People are
gonna be
going to
serious.
protect themselves and reply. People are going to do that. And it's okay to try to protect yourself. As long as you do it in an adult fashion, an adult manner, and it's responsible, protect yourself and say what you need to say, but be respectful. That's the only thing you need to do, you know. And I didn't know that he did that to you, Giz. I didn't know. I didn't think it was like that, honestly. That's terrible. And you didn't even really do nothing like that for him to be doing that to you. That's
Yeah,
awful.
I ain't did nothing to him or his family. I've never looked into your family, nothing, and I never will. Even since if you said you gonna do it to me, like, isn't it? But it's fuck you, like straight like that. Ain't nothing for us to talk about. Like you can apologize, whatever, but you know what I'm saying. I don't fuck with them type of people. I wouldn't do it in real life, and I'm not gonna do it on YouTube. Like I'm not. I don't want to
Exactly.
fit
But
in.
that's
I
how
don't
he
want to fit
knew.
in with you that much. You know what
That's
I'm
how
saying?
he
Like
knew he would get a response from you. Do you understand? To attack the people that you love. That was gonna get you to respond to him and
But
to,
if and
you
this is
know,
what
he
this is
knew.
how hypocritical that shit is. We had all these subs, like he had all these subs attacking, and trust me, I'm not standing up for one person or the other. But how is it that you promote hatred toward other channel holders who mess with your family or showed photos of your kids or anything like that? But then you turn around and you not only do it to that person too, but you do it to innocent bystanders. You do it to people who are just caught in a chat at a moment that you were beefing with that person. And then you start going after their family and their
Mhm.
spouse and their kids and your subs. These I'm telling you, like I've never seen such hypocrisy in all my life. Even on the streets, I mean, I've roamed amongst drug addicts before because my family has so many fucking drug addicts in it, and even they got more motherfucking standards and morality than the subs that I'm seeing floating on these YouTube streets. Like you how am I supposed to respect you as a person when I watched you sit in someone's chat and laugh and poke and scream all these profanities and disgusting names about women until it happened to your favorite channel holder, and then all of a sudden your morals kick in and your
Mhm.
standards kick in, and now all of a sudden you're totally against this type of behavior. But then that same channel holder that you're sticking up for, they turn right around like a domino effect, and they do it to 4 5 6 more people, and then all of a sudden your standards go out the window again.
Exactly. That's what
I
I've been
can't mess with
noticing, those
people like that.
contradictions. It's like you don't know. This is the thing. Some people actually have morals and they stick to their morals. They actually stick to them regardless of who you are. And it's those people that see that shit, you know? Like you can't be that flaky. We see when you dislike someone, you've got something negative to say about them. We see that. We have eyes, we see, we hear, we have senses, we see this. We make sense of it. And when someone then says to you after, like, I mean, some of you said it here, that this has been done to you, and that same person says, why are you lying about what I did to you? But you did it to them. What do you mean, why are you lying? They was the person
You
you
know
did it
what?
to. How can
It's
you say
so
to that
crazy
person,
that you're
you're
saying
lying?
that. It's so crazy that you say that, right? Now, granted, society is her own woman. She has the right to end any issues that she has with this person. But I'm going to bring up something. Had he had not did a live and spoke on me going to society's house and him putting all of these emphasis on me beating her up, kicking her ass, this and that and the third, and recording it, she wouldn't have been able to file a felony charge against him.
Mm-hmm.
But he put that out there. Even though I had already told this lady everything that I've done as far as my part and all the information that I have given him on her. And it was a lot. Trust and believe, it was a lot.
I want to say this like really quick, like as somebody who's sober and been sober for 5 years now, like there is no unity. There is no, okay, everything's just better now. I'm not gonna do drugs. Like you have to be accountable. You have to admit that you hurt people. There is no
Yes.
change without admittance of it. And the reason why I'm saying subs, stop supporting this fuck shit. Do not go into their rooms. Why when these motherfuckers apologize, when they admit what they've done, then that's different. I'm not talking private shit because you did it public. That's different. But to just say,
Even
oh,
if the people don't accept their apology, it should be done.
like, are you crazy? Don't support that. YouTube is huge. You don't have to settle for a piece of shit who's harassing women. You don't have to settle for someone who's willing to lie about crime and insert themselves into the crime. Like, you don't have to settle for this bullshit. Like I will go live, Carla goes live, Bam goes live, Painting goes live, tons of other people who are great shareholders go
I
live.
just hope
And
that when they lay down, I hope when this all chills, like, because things are going to happen because there are people like me and Carla and others who have, done things to protect ourselves and to get some accountability for what's been going on. When that happens, the YouTube streets are going to get extremely quiet, just like they did when what happened to Rob happened to King Rob. When that happens, and there's so much quiet for days and days and people start getting bored, what I'm hoping comes from that is all of them really start to look within themselves and ask themselves, should it have came to this? If y'all didn't support it and egg it on and cheer them on and give them the attention that they crave, because we all know mob mentality. If there would have been enough people that stepped back, even his own, especially their own supporters, if there would have been enough people who acted like adults and held themselves accountable for supporting such a fucking monster, if some of them would have been like, yo, hey, Drop, I care about you as a person and as a friend and someone who wants to see you be successful in life.
Exactly.
I really think you need to chill on this because I'm afraid something bad might happen to you in return of what you're doing. Like this stuff can get out of hand quick. And the thing is, they think because nobody's knocked on their door yet that there isn't an open investigation. But I'm sure Rob thought that same shit. I'm sure when Rob was having his moments that they completely instigated, in my opinion, but still, he's his own person. He's a grown man. But I do believe, I can almost guarantee you for that whole month and a half or 2 months before he was picked up, I guarantee you it never crossed his mind that he was going to get picked up. Because when you're doing things like that, it doesn't cross your mind, especially when you've been on here for a year and you've said things that you knew that you could have went to jail for in real life, and you never got put in jail. No one ever got picked up. So yeah, you start getting a false sense of security. However, it's inevitable now, and you would think that still his subs would take a seat back and be like, "Hey, I like you as a person. You're a funny motherfucker, or I like the way you investigate, or whatever it is that they like about him." And just be like, I really think something bad's going to come about out of this. And as your friend or someone who consider your friend,
Right.
you should chill. And maybe they wouldn't have. I still got Drop's audio where he says flat out to Logic, I rarely do things on Kanika anymore because the chat is slow. There ain't no money. And if you look at my chat and how it moves when I'm bashing women compared to when I'm investigating a video or looking in the Kanika Jenkins case, he said it is extremely different. And then he goes on to say, because women are all about drama, let's get it. And then he goes into saying how those same women who get in his chat and pretend like they want justice for Kanika, like, oh my God, what happened to her? I can't, but no, don't do that to her. Like, beautiful Kanika. He said, well, that same woman will turn her head around when it's another woman he's bashing and be like, get her, yeah, get her, Drop, you get her, and they're
Facts.
edging it on and they're
Facts.
cheering him on. So
Mm-hmm.
those are the people that need to sit back once they've egged him on to the point that he's in front of a judge. And I hope that he even sits down when he's in that cold concrete cell. And anybody who's been in that bitch knows what I'm talking about. When you in that quiet concrete cell at 3 a.m. and you're cold than a motherfucker because they won't even give you a pillow or a cover until you go to court the next morning. That's when I want him to sit and look at the walls, listen to dudes yelling in the vents, trying to holler at bitches. And I want him to really sit back and ask himself, where are those subs that he put on those shows for now?
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what they're gonna
Right.
find someone else to cling to.
Yep. Exactly.
That is how as quick as he leaves them, as fast as he leaves them and turns his back on them and makes videos about them and threatens to find out who their girl is, who their wife is, where their kids go to school, is as fast as those subs will find a new favorite channel to go to.
It's true. And I think it's interesting when you say about, you know, people making certain videos so they get enough views, you know, because these are the same people that make fun of other people for not having views, but half of the people you're making fun of don't care because they're not there for that. They're actually trying to build a channel.
Facts.
Yeah, this is the reason why you're trying to make money. That's different. You know?
I'm not even trying to be a YouTuber. I enjoy just being a sub and
engaging and
interacting with the chat. Like,
yeah. But some people take it too far.
I got people that tell me to go live 50 times a day. Fucking Alex tells me, do a live, because he likes, you know, bullshitting and getting in it and everything. I don't like being live like all the time. I do, believe it or not, even though I've been told that my mouth runs like a duck's ass, I do run out of shit to say.
Me too.
You know what I mean? Like, I do feel a little, you know, hot under the collar up there underneath that light. Like, okay, what are we going to talk about now? Well, I've got 3 other cases that I would really like to start looking into. I've been talking to my girl Kelly about them, and, you know, we're trying, and Margot, I'm trying to, I've even thought about like moving to a whole nother side of YouTube after, you know, he's officially charged and the court thing starts. Like, once that starts rolling, I don't want, if the subs from over there who are still doing this to me, still texting my phone, still hitting me in hangouts, calling me a prostitute, still making videos on random channels about me, if they're still doing that up until the point that he gets picked up and it finally starts moving, I don't want nothing to do with those people. I would rather just move to another corner, and that way, while he's fighting the case and I have to, because I'm going to those court hearings, I'm not going to miss a single one. There are 12 channels right now on YouTube that are listing me as an escort and have my work phone number on there. I can't tell you how many calls.
Can we see this? Like, what would happen instead? Imagine a YouTube where a video like that went up, and even if you didn't like the person, you were woman enough to say, that's not right to do. Can you please stop? What if we challenged each other to debate information instead of...
You know how many people I've heard say that, though?
And you know what I think it is? I'm going to say this. I think a lot of the people who do that shit, who go that route, it's because you're stupid. I'm sorry. I think it's because you're stupid. If you hate me, debate me. If you challenge my information, debate my information. Exactly. I don't need to know who your fucking uncle is to know if you're a piece of shit or not. So this whole thing of going on someone's Facebook of 3 years ago and making you went through the effort to make a video and you look like a scorned side chick.
Look how far they're going. Definitely. They're going very far. I ain't got time for that.
How much time on embarrassing another woman? What did that do? What information did that put out? How much better are we as people because you did that shit? You look like a punk. Imagine if we started saying that to them, which is the fucking truth. Imagine if we were like, hey, no, even though I'm not involved, you probably shouldn't post that sort of shit. I sure wouldn't like that done to me. Why don't you just debate the girl on her information? If you feel that strongly about it, you're willing to do that.
And you know what's really sad though? When I seen what was going on this shit, all the police shit, the doxing, the snitching, all that shit, I real life had to tell people who be in my real life in my house, like, when you see I'm on live, don't say my name, none of that shit. Don't say your name, you know what I'm saying? Nothing. Cause these motherfuckers be listening for shit like that.
Waiting, you know waiting with a pen and paper. It's the visions I have in my head. I'm sorry.
Right. But you know what? Like, Gears, you are so right. Because guess what? I was that person listening and with the pen and paper.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
ain't even gonna lie.
Because you had to,
right,
Like, for
because
real.
right. But that's
you was
because,
there at
but
the
you can
time
admit
before
your
that.
wrongs, right? You can own up to that. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you know what I'm saying. But it's like,
Society can tell y'all. I've told her I've given her screenshots
She
of
has.
me and his conversation of every freaking thing that I've said about this lady and
When me
given
and
her.
Carla say that we came clean to each other because we are mothers and we are women, and we realized that all we're doing is attacking each other, and it's like she was doing it on behalf of a person who she thought, deep down was a good person. And then once it moved, like she explained to me, once it moved from one woman he's attacking to another, she started asking herself, okay, so maybe society didn't do all this crazy shit that he's claiming happened, because
Right.
the other girls she knew for a fact didn't do that stuff. Like, she knew Bam didn't do the stuff. So once she started realizing, okay, he's just bouncing from attacking one woman to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Well, eventually, like even my mom taught me, if everyone around you is saying you're doing something wrong and you're the only one who thinks you're not, chances are
You're
everyone
fucked.
around you is who's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
There's a like I said, there's a common thing, person, and it's all coming out of that person. It's like a firework. Is there's one point, and
Actually,
then
there's
all
it's
of this shit comes from that person, and no one sees that person. And the thing is, you can change. It's okay. It doesn't make you a weak person because you're deciding to change and make yourself better. And I think that's half of it. Like, people feel weak because, yeah, they've done some shit. They carry it on because this male mentality of staying strong. An apology, it makes you stronger because it's harder to do.
That's
So I don't understand.
that is crazy. Like, sorry, but like, I want an apology for these women. I know they say don't want it, but I
Yeah.
want the ones that were listening that were sexually harassed and had to see y'all do that shit. I want for the ones that were listening and had to hear you say all that crazy shit and dox people like Tay and others to hell. You need to make apologies. All three of you, G, Drop, and Logic. You need to say I'm sorry so that before any of this unity happens, we need to know that you're not going to do it again. And how do you stop doing drugs? First, you admit you did it. So you're going to have to admit that y'all were hopped up on the YouTube powder and made some fucking mistakes for me to believe that you're going to be this great guy.
yeah, shit.
Oh my God.
The YouTube powder.
Shit,
Hey,
it's
but
got to be something.
that was an excellent analogy. That was perfect.
It's just be
It really
real, be
is.
honest, man. You're looking like for real. Like, I'm not gonna sit and beat around a bush. You're looking stupid. You're looking stupid to the people that could actually benefit you. You're looking so stupid, and it's not even like you're like. What is the hate for? What are we getting out of it? What are we claiming, other than us feeling bad? Even the people that are giving hate, they feel bad that they're giving you hate. Don't think they feel good. They feel bad, but they're not accepting that. They're just not accepting it. There's no way you can be hateful and feel good about yourself. There's no way.
You
It's
can't just say,
impossible.
oh, things have gone too far. Let's stop
Yeah.
unity. Like, who the fuck raised you? Say sorry.
Okay, can I say something? Can I?
Absolutely, babe.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna say, and this is my last on Logic. And yes, I said your name. Drop. Yes, I said your name. Fuck anybody else that has anything to do with them people. Okay, this is my whole. This was my okay. Drop sat there and allowed Logic to do that whole fucking lying shit about the whole Cash App scam. And I showed everybody that was a fucking lie. They lied on me. Okay. Okay, I let that shit go. I still was fucking with Drop. Still. If people are talking shit about him, this like, oh, sorry, hold on. Okay, I'm still like, no, y'all ain't gonna talk about him. This and that. Okay, now then it was the whole. Probably said, oh, the whole fly, because I was over there with Bugs. Now, if I'm lying and I ain't got no motherfucking wings, if Logic wouldn't have came and put his fucking nose, Bugs, and Drop shit that shit would be dead right now.
Mm.
So why Bam Society doing this, and that? Y'all think about this. Okay, this nigga put up a post and said the YouTube streets have been quiet. You know why they've been so fucking quiet? Because y'all ain't been fucking around.
It's
like
true.
At the end of the day, you have a TV, and the people to come and allow you to be in their business, for you
Bam, you're choppy.
to be able to, for you to get in everybody's business, get in between shit, keep shit going. I watched them do a panel one night, okay? Person that went up there was a female. And it was real funny to me how Dropping Logic was in between all beef that was going on. But Bam is the reason why all the YouTube, Bam ain't never started shit with nobody. I've never just went and just started shit. If it wasn't because they were disrespecting Drop. I'm saying this, and I'm saying this one time and one time only. I don't fuck with you, Logic. Your name out your mouth. Keep my face. Stop snooping on my Facebook. Nigga, you went back and got some shit from 3 years ago, bro. Grow the fuck up. Cause I'm not putting out your fucking, your gay day fucking challenge for your little friends or no shit like that. So leave me alone, bruh. I ain't saying, but I'm gonna tell you this. A person can only take so much. Y'all done live after live after upload after this after fucking with me. To neither one of y'all. But whenever you sit there, your fucking little itty bitty dicky gets exposed. I was a liar and I didn't have no proof. I didn't have this, and Bam ain't got shit, and Bam ain't gonna show shit. Drop, pay Bam. Straight up. Run me my $100. Straight up. Logic, you always want to pay some shit for Drop. Pay me my motherfucking money. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm not saying shit about y'all. Y'all leave us alone. That's all I'm saying, bro. Leave us alone. I would have thought that you would humble your motherfucking self and pay attention to the people you got around you, because for you. But
I think people should just let people fight their own battles. That's it. I mean, it's not even a battle, but I mean,
and then it's so funny because your own subs are coming to me telling me, well, damn, Bam, I'm just scared. I wonder when it's going to be my turn. Or, damn, Bam, Drop always tries to get all of us to fight his battles for him.
That's what I noticed as well. Like, it was a lot of other people fighting that person's battles, and then that's how it becomes a big issue, because everyone's now saying stuff and they don't even know what each other are saying, what each other are lying about.
Listen,
and what each other,
if it wasn't for Drop, I would have never had an issue with society. If it wasn't for Drop, well, no, I'm not going to say that because I had my own issues with Rob, so I can't say that. But there's a lot of people.
But no, you're actually right, Bam. If it wasn't for Drop, no one would, like he did exacerbate that entire situation with Rob and society and with others. And that's not a responsible channel holder. Like, you should care about your subscribers and your channel and not get into these insane flag wars. I don't know, because people probably know, but that's not how YouTube works. Real change.
And also, if he felt like Rob was such a dangerous person, then why would he send his own subs to poke that bear or that dragon, which could put them in danger?
He's literally telling people that man murdered Kanika. I don't know how more fucking disrespectful you can be to her case to say that. To even attach him to that case is fucking nuts. And I know people on here, and even myself, have once considered the fact of maybe that could be true. I'm telling you right now, no fucking way. This is all manipulation and crazy shit, okay?
It's all for freaking views.
That's all it's for. And so, sorry if it makes you feel uncomfortable. That
is why we have that's why we have the hashtag J4Pay.
J for pay, straight up, straight like that. I got a screenshot of the official definition from the one and only Carla Beautiful. You better know.
That's right. Hey, Shirley, this Barbara.
Really quick, I have literal people that are saying to me and said in my live the other night that were like, but Rob did this, but Rob did that when
yes, Rob did, and Rob did say some fucked up shit. Did Rob do some fucked up shit? Yes, he did.
But
he really
this
fucking
is the
did.
problem. You've got to think a
but
lot
he ain't
deeper
killed Kanika.
than what's on the surface.
He didn't kill Kanika. He doesn't send his subs to attack other people. He never comes at someone first. It's always in retaliation. Let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it 1,000. He does not. I do not see him going after people first. I just don't. I've looked, literally. I've went into his old shit. I've went on channels he don't even have access to no more because he don't even remember the password to him. And every time he was arguing with somebody, it was an instigated argument and it was in retaliation to something that they said. Other than back in the day when he was with Chosen, and they was like, they was steady harassing, like, you know, Teresa, her family, and like the protesters and shit. But since he's been on his own platform with his own subscribers, hell, I mean, there for 3 months, the man did nothing but comedy about fucking celebrities and rappers and wasn't even into the Kanika case. Like, wasn't even into his Anisha Fowler shit. He didn't even, and this is why I feel so bad. And people really, like, this is what I want y'all to understand. Another reason why I like Rob. He was all about celebrity and rappers and comedy until Straight Drop lied on Alex. When he wanted Alex to attack me, we was over on G's Lounge.
Condone his behavior, like that was
wrong. Hold on.
I can't dismiss his behavior. I can't personally, but I leave him alone. I don't bother him.
No. Hold on. Let me finish. This is something I feel bad about. This is me personally. Rob had been on celebrities and rappers and like Vivica A. Fox. He had been doing nothing but comedy about them for like a full 3 months. And then me and Alex was over on Straight Drop shit. Alex had been arguing with Drop. And the next thing I know, Drop lied on Alex and said that he had been fucking with Rob. When he hadn't. He had never been over there. They never teamed up yet. They hadn't even spoke yet. I took it upon myself to go over into Rob's shit. And I took it upon myself to say, hey, did you see where Straight Drop was accusing Alex of being over here? Because I knew when Rob seen my logo and my picture that he would speak on it. I knew Rob would be like, wait, what? They're saying I'm with Alex. Like, and I knew that he would fix it. And I was kind of like banking on that. And he did. I still have the audio where he was like, you know, it was the whole fireplace thing and where he was sitting there talking and he was like, I ain't never met that man, Alex. I've never done business with him. I don't know his Gmail address, nothing. From that moment on, me and Alex started kicking it over there in Rob's chat because it was where we were welcomed at. And we started making friends with his subscribers and stuff because there are really good people over there. And the next thing I know, fucking Drop came after Rob and everything associated with anywhere me and Alex moved. And now, as a result of that, Rob got right back into the Anisha Fowler stuff. And then now he's fighting with G and Drop. And then the next thing I know, Rob is charged with something.
I just want to sit and address this. Krenta, in my chat last night, when I was discussing how it is insane and totally disrespectful to even implicate him as a murderer in this case, you never addressed that and said, yes, Margot, that's wrong. All you could say is, but Rob did this, but Rob did that. There's no argument. In my opinion, I do not agree with what he's done at all. But if you really give a shit about justice for Kanika, you won't go along with YouTube narratives and bullshit that have nothing.
You hold everyone accountable for the lies, not just him.
How are we going to find the murderer? If you think it's Rob, call the police, call him immediately, and let him investigate. But I'm not speaking to you about that. I'm speaking to Drop and G and all this other bullshit. Like, let's admit that the people who maybe we once looked up to and once went along and once went in their chats, they're bullshit. They should have never nothing to do with crime. They should have covered something else, period. But it is like, I want to make this so clear that shit needs to go away. If you care about Kanika, you won't support lies. You won't do it.
Right.
That photo with Crystal was crazy. Like that shit, like, and everybody was like, oh, well, she didn't mean to. She had special files before. Like, no, she didn't have any special files. We all had the same pictures from the beginning. All of us. There was no difference. And you got an attitude at me because I'm saying that Rob isn't the killer. Like, you should be thanking me that I give a shit enough about this case not to do that. And where's all the outrage when G and Drop applied for trademarks for that child that wasn't there? When he never gave them consent. Where is the outrage on that? I feel like I'm one of the only ones that's super vocal that they're pieces of shit for doing that. That dude did a 72-hour tombstone cash grab. And, like, you don't think that they're just as worse as Rob? Like, G and Drop are Rob. They're just put on different costumes.
Exactly. All it is it's like you've got, you know, the Barnum and Bailey circus, and who's playing what? Who's the ringleader? Right now, all I wanted to know is, because even the detective who I'm working with told me, we want to find the ringleader. There's a ringleader amongst this, and they want to know who it is.
Sorry, one sec.
Krenza, but where's the outrage with Drop? Where's the outrage with that? That's what I want to see, because for me, like, he's just a YouTuber. Yes, he harassed for clicks and views. You know how many other YouTubers and just people around do that shit and go viral and show their ass
right,
off?
but they don't go in real life and apply.
But he shouldn't be vilified and be called a murderer. Like, if we cannot accept this behavior from anyone, whether it's our friend or our enemy. If you really give a shit about this case, and I'm not questioning that you don't, I'm saying to everybody, you will not go along with these YouTube narratives. Like,
can you imagine the platform?
YouTube shit is really what goes on in real fucking life with her case, and it has nothing to do with it. And this whole,
and do you know, if somebody came out right now and started a channel right now and made it something along the lines of, you know, I don't know how they would title it, but if there was a channel that came out right now and decided that they was going to be dedicated to just that case and fuck everything else, they'd probably get every one of these subs.
Krenza, I love you, but you're excused. Like, there's no more excuse me. Like, please talk to me nicely, man, because, like, I'm telling you, you were disrespectful in my chat, and you're supposed to be my team member, man. Like,
who is that?
I mean, that's crazy. Like, literally, I want to see you say G and Drop are both wrong for applying for trademarks too. That all three of these guys are fucking pieces of shit. Like, for me, listen, I don't even think that Rob applied for the trademarks or begged for a tombstone. Yes, he fucking did some rude shit, but he never asked the money for public like that. They went and did legal tender things with this child's name, all because they had some savior complex that they manipulated their subs with. There is no real basis for it. Like, this is insane.
Can I say something, Margot? I just want to say something quickly. What the basis of wrong is wrong and right is right. Okay, so even if I saw somebody I hated on the street and someone ran up to them and knifed them, I'm still gonna go over to them and help them, because at the end of the day, that's wrong. Do you understand me? Wrong is wrong and right is right. Now, with the Rob situation, he didn't murder anyone. So why are people saying he murdered Kanika? Because they don't like him. So that's not justice. That's my point. I think he's disgusting with what he said completely. I don't bother him. I stay where I am. I don't go over there. I don't talk about him. I don't bother him. I leave him in what he's doing. Okay? But just because he's, to me, sick-minded doesn't mean he's killed Kanika. And people who actually connect those two together because they hate somebody, to me, I'm sorry, but anyone who thinks that, if you genuinely think he killed her, that's different. But if you're just going to believe it or say it because you don't like somebody, even though he didn't do it, then you don't have the mental capacity to be working on this case. If you was a police officer or you was somebody who was working on this case professionally, you wouldn't have the skills to work on this case, because you wouldn't have the mindset to find the killer. You'd have the mindset to find the person you don't like and place it on them. This is something we see a lot of Black people go through, people pinning them onto things because they're not liked. That's why you see police officers coming down and killing Black people. Let's put it straight up what it is, because they don't like them. And this is the similar idea mentally. You're saying that somebody murdered someone because you don't like them. I think the guy's a sicko from what he said, but I don't bother him. I just leave him, and I'll look at things I want to look at. I'm not going to say he's a murderer because I'm trying to find justice, and that's not justice. But I just want to get that out there. Sorry.
And I say this, Krenza, like you're saying, like, oh well, I'm the one that told. Like, no, I told you. I sent you a message on Hangouts. I have it. I told you immediately, and I was like, please tell Gina. That's like this shit to this day infuriates me.
You know what gets me though, Margot? And I'm not a YouTuber. I don't do justice for Kanika videos. I was a sub, and I wanted justice for her. Still want justice for her. I think that I find it rather funny that when Mama T does make posts about certain things that have happened, for instance, the trademark, the tombstone, that people will say, certain YouTubers will say, well, she didn't put my name in it, so she ain't talking about me. So being that I'm talking to her directly, everything's cool. It's okay for me to do it. But where's this money going that's being collected? Nobody has shown that they've given this lady any money that they've collected for a trademark nor for a tombstone.
But it's weird, like, why would you be collecting for a tombstone? No disrespect, but she can provide the tombstone. She doesn't want to. So why are you then collecting for one? It's
that
not
lady had, that lady had a nice funeral for that baby girl.
By law, he cannot walk up on any kind of, grounds where he can just place a fucking tombstone on some random grave. That is against the law. He would never be given that right. So someone show me before anyone gives him a fucking penny of money. Someone show me where he put up a full disclosure permission granted contract from Teresa Martin, and where the signature of the witness was the people who own the cemetery, where they all got together and agreed that Drop would collect this money, and in return he would be bringing this tombstone. Because if all he did was put a fucking PayPal or a link up there and ask for money for a tombstone, well, then I would say that that's fraud.
Society, Corinne's saying that you're lying. What is it that society's lying about?
I think Corinza and society need to have a talk privately.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay? I think you two need to have a talk privately.
I am reading. I let you know, like, I just am saying, I'm definitely not lying about any of my feelings.
You can talk to Corinza privately. Corinza is the type of person you can talk to privately.
I can't see the chat, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, maybe you two should talk, because I don't know. All I know is that I was there when money was asked to be...
I haven't even talked to Corinne in like 3 months.
Listen, the thing
all I know is I was there when money was asked to be collected, and I didn't see no tombstone receipt. I didn't see no PayPal transcript where nothing was sent to Miss Teresa or none of that.
He can't just walk up and put no tombstone on someone's grave. If that was the case, can you imagine, like, family disputes? Do you know how many times I've seen where someone in a family dies and there are family members that don't agree on shit? And one will want one tombstone, one will want another, one wants this name put on it, one wants that name, one wants this slogan or saying, and one wants that one. Do you know if you were allowed to just buy a tombstone and put it somewhere, how many freaking tombstones would be on these people's graves? There'd be like 4 here, 3 there. Think about it. You can't just walk up and stick a tombstone wherever you want.
But that's the thing, society, is that scammers prey on a select group of vulnerable people. Let's admit that. And a lot of people, that's why they want to deny this shit and defend Drop on it, is because they don't want to come to the realization that they really are being scammed and fall, and like they're just not strong enough to admit that they got scammed and that they played into shit that was not healthy. But that's what they do. These scammers definitely, like, they go for vulnerable people that they can get. And if you notice, a lot of Drops and Logics and G subscribers are all women. They're all mostly, either in their 30s or older up. And a lot of them are lonely. A lot of them, maybe have like financial problems and stuff like that, where they don't get attention. For someone to give $20, $30, $50 a month to a channel holder who is a piece of shit, right? You got to question their sanity.
He claims to be a baller already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, this shit is straight a straight scam and straight fraud. This dude has put his own personal PayPal link for the fucking tombstone, the trademark, the fucking turkey bullshit. They're the same PayPal. Listen, you don't put your own personal PayPal in there that you get
no, it should be like a community
donations
thing that's
from other people. So you know what I'm saying? It's like how would people
like
know money?
GoFundMe or something,
The difference
like
between, you know what I'm saying, your own personal donations and donations for the trademark. All you got to say is that, oh, this was a donation for me and not the what's the name. Because it's all coming to the same thing. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? All he has to say is, oh, that was a personal donation, you know what I'm saying?
And who's holding
that
it
wasn't
accountable?
For the trademark. That wasn't for the trademark.
Yeah, and if these donations are being made, who's holding them accountable? Who's checking to see where's the receipts where this money was spent?
Oh, you just gotta trust them. Just trust me.
Fuck that.
Yep.
I mean, let's be real too. These trademarks, first of all, like you have to have a claim. You have to show that you have a business. You have to show that you have a reason to it. You have to show income. You have to show that you are entitled to trademarking this throughout the U.S. government because it protects you and your things once you trademark something, okay? But what they did is they preyed on people who didn't know shit about shit, okay? And they all bought into the fact that Rob was really going to get these trademarks. And imagine this to Mama T, because I said this to my mother tonight because she doesn't know much about this, right? I said, hey, Mom, imagine if I died, right? And there was this quote unquote bad guy on YouTube and he said, oh, I'm going to get trademarks for her name. But then these other two guys, totally fucking strangers to you, right? Lie about your case, manipulate women about your case, fucking send nude pictures to random chicks about your case. But they say they're the good guys to their subscribers. So they collect a whole bunch of money, right? They don't give it to you, Mom. They collect a whole bunch of money, manipulate their subscribers, say we're going to trademark her name to keep it out of this guy's hands. And they never ask you for consent. They never knock on your door. They never call a friend. They never message you. And there's tons of ways to get to Mama T. It's super fucking easy. Okay? They never say any of that shit to you.
They don't want to.
Go and trademark your name and then say, oh, just trust me and believe me. I'll give these to you if I get them. First of all, bullshit. And second of all, none of these people who applied are going to get them. They have no claims. So it's all what? A giant, say it with me, crowd, scam.
Yep.
Come on. These
straight fraud.
Apologize.
100% fraud.
It was all a scam from the start, okay? Anybody who started off making Kanika videos and you had and you saw and you was catching views and you was, you know what I'm saying, your subs was going up, you saw the opportunity that you had. But it's only the people who wanted that money that who decided to do the clickbait and the bullshit and, you know, putting out any and everything for views, you know what I'm saying? Knowing it's not true, you know,
J4 Pay.
putting out all type of exactly J4 Pay.
And it's the not coming back and then putting the story straight, you know. If you've got something wrong, you'll come back and say, do you know what, I was wrong with this, put the story straight. But it was never that. It was information put out there that was not fact. People then say you're wrong. You then have YouTubers prove you're wrong, and you just disappear off that subject and don't come back to it and have people think that. That's another issue that I get irritated with, is when people don't clarify things that have been proven to be wrong. You know, people need to start taking accountability for what they're saying, especially on YouTube. You have a responsibility to make people trust what you're saying, give people true facts without any negative backlash from it. I mean, you have the responsibility to protect your subs. You have the responsibility to vet all the information that you put out there as correct. If you want to be someone who's trusted for your information, you need to make sure that your information is clear and that you put it out there factfully. And like I said, you go back and you correct yourself. People are putting out information and they're not correcting themselves, but then they'll go onto a different subject contradicting what they said. And then people like me are like, what's going on? Like, who am I listening to? Who am I supposed to believe? It doesn't make sense.
You know, I think it's funny, like, if Trop, like, gave you shit painting and, like, had the audacity to call you a bitch. Yes, he did. The same shit he called you, by the way. But he should be lucky a fucking badass chick like you gave him any attention, even went in his fucking chat. I cringe at the fact that I gave this dude money, y'all. Like, you think Carla and them feel nasty? I feel just as fucking gross. Seriously.
Shit, I've donated
Like,
through Super Chat.
nobody here is talking shit and not being accountable. I'll be 100 with you. But I'm not a stupid person. Like, I'd rather admit my shit and then actually change than live in ignorance forever and just like continue to be an asshole and then shit on people who don't agree with me. Like, this is crazy. These guys are a scam. I want an apology. I want a public apology to Miss Martin. This is nuts. And because it's so normal to us, like, we don't even think it's a big deal. Like, I cringe at the fact that there's like professional women who like actually support their pages. Like, I question, like, how do you get today?
That's what I wonder too. Because I think a lot of people bullshit as well just to get his attention. You know, I think a lot of people lie about their characters to get his attention. Yep. There's a lot. This is the thing. Like, on social media, you can create whoever you want to be on here. You know, you can create whoever you want to be, and that's what they do.
Even he said you can be whoever you want online.
Yeah. That's why there's so many people on here using it for their benefit. Because they can be who they want to be, you know? They can be, like, when people talk about being gangster, you know? I don't see anything gangster going on, you know? Number one, if you was gangster, you wouldn't be on YouTube every day doing lives. You wouldn't. They wouldn't be doing that. They'd be doing gangster shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it don't make sense. Like, that's not gangster to me. A gangster person is not a YouTuber. There's nothing wrong with not being gangster. Facts. This is what people need to understand. Why does everybody want to be a gangster? And I don't understand. Why is
Did you guys see Insatiable Rio's comment? She says, many YouTubers call themselves reporters. Reporters are held accountable when they cannot show what they say is truth.
Exactly.
That is so true.
Exactly.
And reporters are supposed to keep their opinions out of it. Their personal opinions not supposed to be in it.
People who are journalists actually have to have a license. Okay. So, because what they of the trust method of what they're doing, do you understand? So they can be sued. Okay. If they put information out and you have a license to be a journalist, you can be sued if you put information out that is wrong, depending on what it is. You can be sued. Okay, so people are now pretending to be journalists and they don't know the rules. This is what I'm saying. Even with the case, people don't know how a case runs. Okay, so then they come up with all this information that makes no sense, because it makes no sense to somebody who watches these cases all the time and different cases. Like for example, a birth certificate. I don't know any case where they've had to produce one. But for some reason, on this case, everyone wants to see the birth certificate. That it's not part of a case to produce.
But I do think the reason why the birth certificate comes into play when it comes to Kenneka Jenkins is because the PSYOP, community has made some really valid points from time to time. In other cases, like I heard Logic use the example of the other KJ or whatever case. What is his name?
Kendrick Johnson.
Yeah, Kendrick Johnson. Well, the thing is, no one ever said that Kendrick Johnson case didn't happen, or that he wasn't killed, or that no one ever suspected that it was it was an actor. No cops ever, listed anything and said that it was a reenactment. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to that case, you have a mother and father who are together, who are open and very public about their emotions. So I think the reason that the birth certificate thing comes into play with Kenneka Jenkins is because Teresa has been, I won't say cold, I'll just say extremely private with her feelings most of the time. And because there's been that whole word reenactment, when the cops threw that out there in that report, that really threw people off, and then you've got all these other people who are directly related to the case who say things like, oh, that isn't how it happened, or there were other people on the camera that it isn't showing, or there was a camera there that now it's gone. And also because Rosemont themselves hosted those drills where they do, drills to training purposes, you know, to make sure that the hospitals and everyone reacts the way that they should if there was some type of tragedy or disaster where they got people in like the hundreds or whatever. So I think because this psyop, because, you know, that weighs in heavy when it comes to the Kenneka Jenkins case, people did want to try and prove that the name Kenneka Jenkins is on a birth certificate somewhere and that name actually existed. And also when the Anisha Fowler's things come into play, and there's a lot of followers on that as well. So the reason I don't just sweep that to the side and say, oh, that's impossible, you know, he's crazy or anything like that, is because with all due respect, there are even more loyal subscribers to that situation, to that theory, than there are over at Drops. So I'm not going to be like disrespectful and say all of those people are crazy or all of those people, you know, are nuts and have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I just give both cases the respect that they deserve. And when you have, and also they're not saying that Kenneka Jenkins, as the body that was found in the freezer, never existed. The whole Anisha Fowler's thing is they believe that person who was found in the freezer dead just did not know that they just didn't know that they were a child that was sold at a young age and given a different name. It's not that they don't believe Kenneka Jenkins didn't exist. They just don't believe that it was her legal name. So they know
that society, like you said it well, and I, like, not to cut you, but like on stone. I think it's like, here's the thing with information. As long as it's like truthful, factual, comes from an honest place, no matter what you necessarily may believe, I think that there's always value in it. Because if it gets people to start thinking, if it gets people to start truly researching and doing due diligence when it comes to anything they're passionate about, as long as it's respectful and you do, like, and what I mean by respectful is that you give a shit about what you're doing. You put in honest work. You're not putting out anything half-assed. You are researching.
But that's the point, the research part. This is the thing.
Welcome. I don't think you're bad if you believe a certain thing. If you're not disrespectful and you have a belief, I welcome it. I always say to people like that, like, because even though I troll him, the Tommy Sotomayor, some of his shit, like some of the points, even though I disagree on a lot, there is value in what he says sometimes. Like I even like the fact that he's like, hey, not debate. He's like, debate me if you hate me. That's how I feel. You know, and I've been rude at times when I've debated people before, but to be honest, it's only because I've felt maybe insecure about my abilities or doubted even maybe myself. But I think that there's strength in having these discussions, and it proves right here how we're all talking. We're all ladies from different walks of life, different beliefs, and we're able to have like a genuine, fruitful conversation. And even the chat, like, nobody's being disrespectful, everybody's nice. There are people from
different, and I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Shout out to the chat.
Because if you be disrespectful, I'm gonna snipe your ass.
I love this shit. Like, this is how it should have been, you know. And I really do blame a lot of the people who came out the gun collecting money, because I think once that happened, people were willing to go further to protect that shit. You know, like, for some of these guys' behaviors, I can understand, because once you get that YouTube pattern and you get high off of having a lot of people in your chat, especially if you're not someone who's used to, you know, attention, and that feels good. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that, but just be genuine. You know? Like,
and do your research. Do your research, because even with what you were saying about researching, like things like people were using things like simulated lineup and a reenactment as a way of saying that it was a psyop. Now, there's nothing wrong with believing that it was a psyop. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. As long as it's your own and you've worked that out for yourself. But for example, knowledge of how a case works is a simulated lineup is something they do in every murder case where they don't know what happened, or, for example, a murder case. Okay, they do it in a lot of cases, but just for example, that's what they do for example, if someone's murdered and someone says, I believe this person did it, a simulated lineup is where they get people who are similar and they put them together and they make you pick who you believe it was, and then they see how many people or whatever they do if they pick the same person. That is what a simulated lineup is. It's not a fake lineup. That's just the terms that they use. When they do a reenactment, they walk through what they believe was the path of the person who was found, and they that's just what they call it, a reenactment. Okay, so those terms are actually criminal terms, and they're not actually in connection to it being fake. So that's what I'm saying. There's nothing with believing it's a psyop through any means, but those terms, especially, I remember in the beginning, were used to say it was fake, and they are actually terms that are used within criminal cases all the time.
I'm someone who does believe in psyops. I mean, I've been
I do.
researching them for like.
I just don't believe this is one.
Yeah, I do too. And I just never, when I, as y'all know, I stepped away from this shit because I saw into personal beefs and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, but I actually do believe in psyops. You know what I'm saying, that they do take place and all that or whatever. But I never, when I came back, I didn't come back to start looking through footage again and all that and trying to follow a new narrative. I just came back, to see what the fuck was going on. Honestly, the Anisha Fowler thing kind of threw me off. And when Golden One was saying Teresa was in the fucking hotel room, that shit threw me off. So I was like, what the fuck is going on now? So yeah, but I actually do believe in it, and I don't knock nobody for believing Kanika. The Kanika Jenkins case is a psyop. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I believe Kanika is real, and that's it. I don't knock nobody else.
But I'm the type of person where, like, me personally, I have not gotten enough evidence for me yet to feel comfortable to say that it was a psyop. But I've been following John B. Wells. I really am into this stuff. So for me, I enjoy debating with someone and even discussing like those type of subjects when it comes to whatever case, because either way, you're going to find out information. You're both going to be researching.
Yeah.
And this is the other thing. What if that person who does believe it's a psyop finds something that proves to them this may not be? Like Rec brought up this point the other day, and I had like a mini brain explosion. But the fact is the fact that we're so awful to people who aren't disrespectful, because what happens is we're amateur investigators. All right. We're not like experienced. So real investigators don't put their emotions into this.
Exactly.
Right?
And they're trained not to. They're actually trained not to do that. They actually go through psychological tests to see if they're strong enough to do the job.
But and you're totally right. So that's the thing is okay, so what if Rec and I we're just researchers and we're researching this case, and he feels the way he feels by his evidence and I feel the way I feel. But if we don't communicate and hate each other, what if he finds something that proves to him that it's not, and it's something important that could help me a fuck ton, right? Like I almost get goosebumps thinking about that, because that's the community that we could have been, and that's the solution that I want to have, because this is really where we should be. We should be able to share information and learn from each other, and be able to be productive. And you're going to see from people who aren't like that and can't behave like that, then they don't have genuine interest, or they just don't belong in crime, period. I mean, that's how I feel, and I welcome a debate to it.
Yeah, and I think, man, it's just people they don't want to debate information. They want to just bash you because they feel like your opinion is I don't know, just throwing them under the bus, or throwing they theory or whatever out the window. You know what I'm saying? But people are entitled to believe what they want to believe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, to me, I feel like it's they're right and everybody else is wrong. Nobody else's opinion matters. That's how I feel about it.
Right. Yeah. Basically.
And that's unhealthy. Admit that. And for me, I don't want to be around a bunch of yes men, a bunch of people who agree with me all the time. I want people who make me think. I want people who challenge me.
Right. I don't want to be. I've always said this. I don't want to be the only smart person in the room.
That's
exactly. How else do you learn? Where do you get your knowledge from?
No, and people who do have little ding dongs. You know what I'm saying? Cross that shit out. Fuck it.
People who boast tend to not have the most. That's what my mom said. People who boast tend to not have the most. Like people who boast tend to be boasting because they don't have it, and they need to feel like they need to try and prove that they do.
Oh, I know that hurts somebody's feelings.
You know, but I don't even mean it. I just mean it in general. I mean it in general. Like I've noticed that in life that people are like that. You know.
Yeah, and in more situations than one. You know, so it's like this.
I mean,
people need to humble themselves. Don't be out here putting this image out, and you know, and you can't live up to it. You know,
you need to
humble
judge
yourself.
You need to judge people by your own standards. So if you think it's okay to do something, then it's okay for someone else to do it. Don't put them down for doing something you do.
That's why I said I'm not going to settle anymore. I'm not going to settle anymore. Sorry, I just personally can't.
I'm sorry. We are all adults. We are no longer in high school, middle school, junior high, elementary, kindergarten, preschool.
How many schools do you
just
have
because
out
you
there?
just because you don't like somebody, don't mean I gotta not like them.
Yeah.
We got primary, secondary, and that is it. We got a ton of schools. But yeah, no, I'm gonna end it here because we've been on for a long time. It is 3:38 in the morning here. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're like 5 hours ahead of me.
But I really wanted to just do this and just to do it and get it out of the way and allow people to have a voice where people will trust them with what they're saying and listen, at least listen. Even if you don't like someone, you can listen and see what they have to say. You have to get both sides of a story. You know, this started off from a case from a young girl, like I said, dying in a freezer, and we've got to this. Okay. Please learn to respect each other, regardless of if you like each other or not. If you don't like someone, you giving them respect is by leaving them alone. You know, respecting yourself is leaving them alone. Okay. Right. It doesn't mean you've got to go over there and say hi. No. Okay. And people need to stop doing foolishness in people's chats just so that someone says hello. Like, come on now. What life is that? That's what you come home to. You can't wait to get on a live. Okay. Everybody in my chat who says hello to me genuinely wants to say hello because they actually like being here. Okay. It's not because they're trying to get attention. They want to say hi and say me to say hello back because they like what I do. It's not about attention, and that's why I always tend to have a chat that's quite mature in that way, you know. So yeah, I just want to say thank you all for coming on the panel as well.
Yes,
I'm glad you got to say what you needed to say. Respect to Gears because he actually went out for justice and then had people saying they're gonna come for his girlfriend, and that's disgusting. Okay, I don't like that. And if you're going to do that, I can't support you. Okay, to anyone. Okay, if you want to say we're in a little group or a little team and go on with that, you can. I don't really care. You're going to say shit. I don't really care. I know you're going to say shit. I don't really care. Just so you know, I don't give a shit about what you have to say. Okay, we need to create a positive outcome from this at some point, you know. And I just want to say respect to everyone for coming up and saying you needed to say. Don't ever feel like you can't speak. Your voice will never, ever, ever be locked off. You have a phone, but as long as you can speak, you have a voice. No one can tell you don't have a voice. Okay? Never, ever, ever. Okay? Especially as women. Okay? And carry on being someone who isn't scared to speak up because you are needed, especially on a platform where people talk so much shit. Okay, because I love how you put things across. You know, you don't take it too.
Yeah, Gears is like our little secure, like our bodyguard.
Yeah.
He don't let them mess with us too bad. Yeah, he don't.
I'll be waiting on
and big respect for that.
And Margot is very passionate, so don't confuse that passion for her being
hateful. Yeah.
Okay, she's just a very passionate person, and she takes things very, very, very seriously when they need to be. Like, she actually kind of exposes how serious an issue is sometimes, and you don't realize until she says, "Wait a minute," you know. So that's what I respect her for. So thank you all for coming up on the panel. Okay.
Yes, thank you for having us.
And don't allow no one to say no one can tell you can't have a voice or anything about you. Okay, and protect yourself. okay, from these predators on YouTube, because
That's
there's
right. Ladies, don't ever send any pictures. I don't care if it's a longtime boyfriend. None of that. Don't send no pictures.
none.
Yep.
Just it's not
Men
worth the
or women.
backlash,
Because
you know?
believe it or not, revenge porn happens to men as well. So
Yeah. And it
Yep.
it's
affects
not
you
Really.
just
in ways
women.
that you can't even, like, you wouldn't understand even how it affects you until it happens to you. You know,
Yep.
so don't allow it to happen to you before you learn. You know, these girls are up here allowing you to kind of letting you in a little bit and to try and help you as well. This is why I'm glad that they are doing something about it, because it's going to help other girls. You know, and
Right.
I don't want that word predator to be taken lightly. I'm not saying it to put someone down. I'm not saying it to make someone feel bad. I'm saying it because that's what I see. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's that character I see. And if you don't want to be seen as a predator, okay, change how you.
Don't act as such.
You don't need
Yep.
to even say nothing to no one. I'm changing. You don't need to say nothing. Just change. We will see it. This is the thing. There's people out there that actually see and they go, oh, wow. And that humble people that will go, right, I noticed you changed. I noticed you changed. I respect that. And that's the strength that you have now, because you actually reflected on yourself,
Yep.
you know? So,
Actions speak
okay.
louder than words.
Exactly. And
Exactly.
that's something I
Yep.
say all the
Actions speak
time.
louder than words.
And people get bored of me saying it, but people don't listen. Actions speak louder than words. And sometimes you'll do something and you'll go back a week later and then realize that someone did something and then be like, I'm not even interested no more. So don't think that right now someone is taking your information in and watching you. Next week they might not. Okay, that's why you need to
That's
think about
right.
how you're acting. Okay,
Yep.
do what you're doing with purpose, not with hate. Okay, and
That's
think
right.
about how it's affecting you every day.
Because if not, you can end up in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I had so much fun.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Margot keeps coming in. I keep thinking, is she there? Thank you so much, all you for coming.
Fun.
And this is not going to be the last
And,
time, okay? It's not going to be the last time.
and,
We're going to go
and
on to
that's
other
when
subjects.
people.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Go ahead.
We are going to go on to
But no,
other
I was
subjects.
just gonna say.
Go on, Gia. Sorry.
But I was just gonna say, and that's when people want to be sorry about what they did when it gets to that point. You know what I'm saying?
When they get into
Like,
trouble. Right.
right. And it's like I want to say this. I'm in my 20s, and most of these people got like 15 years on me, and they acting like this. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yes.
like
That's
this
the
is
same.
ridiculous.
That's how I was. But when this case started, okay, my birthday is on the 8th of September, which is why I saw this case. I paid attention to it because it was just a thing. And when it started, I just had my 29th birthday. Okay. And then
Mhm.
I'm on here and I'm watching people and they're saying their ages in the chat, and I'm thinking, wow,
Mm-hmm.
is this how older people are acting?
Right.
I didn't think older people even acted like this. I said to my mom, like, is there
That is
something I
crazy,
don't know
though.
about you, you know?
We got grandmamas, great grandmamas, great great
Yeah.
grandmamas in the chat.
Saying the most
Mhm.
disgustful,
Them are
hateful
great.
things.
Yes.
I don't know. It's
Yes.
weird to
There's
me.
But
so
I can
many
assure
women.
you that if it were their child, if it was their daughter, they would
Mm.
feel
There's
totally
so many
opposite.
women though too who have been like super awesome. Like I've met a lot of cool women and a lot of cool dudes on here who like aren't like what the fuck shit, who like don't like there are a lot of cool, so I have like faith. I really do. I think
Yeah.
that like I don't think everybody's like a lost cause, and I don't believe in cancel culture, you know what I mean? Like so when I'm speaking about like subscribers and stuff like that, like I do believe that um there is common ground that you can like find with people and still like be able to be peaceful. But to
Yeah.
those who've done like some fucked up shit publicly, like yeah, you do need to apologize, my opinion. And two, like just like what Painting said, she said it eloquently, like do it with your actions. We'll see it, you know? Like people who say trust me online, like never trust. Like you'll know, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to say it.
Exactly. And for Gears to be in his 20s, can I say you conduct yourself very well?
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Imagine how you conduct yourself very well, and you act a lot more mature than a lot of these older guys out here. Okay, and these are the guys you guys need to be listening to, like people that actually have a sense of who's around them and how to conduct themselves within society. You know, some people
Yeah.
genuinely don't know how to do it.
We'll go
Thank
Right.
you.
like we'll
You
go
know,
I try. I try. I be getting a little crazy when I be a little mad, I get to cussing and all that shit. But you know what I'm
There's nothing
saying?
wrong with that. We can see through that. Do you understand what I mean? Like when
Like
we
a
watch
sale
people,
all
we
the
can see
time.
through that. You can see, do you know what I mean? You can see he's kind of having a little bit of banter, but he's telling you about yourself at the same time, and he's a real person. We see, this is the thing, it's very like you can't really break it down. Everyone's personality is different, but we as humans, we can see, okay? And everyone in the chat, you can see,
I do
okay?
want
Don't be
a turkey,
blinded.
though. I want a turkey. I think that
Turkeys.
You gotta twerk for the turkey, Margot.
Exactly. You got twerk for that turkey. Twerking for the turkey.
You're gonna get kids in trouble, mate.
Y'all hit that
Turkeys. He's got a girlfriend. Don't do that. You end up in the same.
Well, you guys don't need to find. Leave her alone. She's a nice
yeah.
We on the
He doesn't bring her up
investigation right
all
now,
the time. He doesn't boast about her and get her to do things online, and he doesn't do none of this. She wouldn't even know, to be honest. I would. You know what I mean? That's the type of how you need to conduct yourself.
Exactly.
This is the challenge. Whoever says we're going to go after someone's family or docs or whatever, I want you to think of like 59 creative ways to call them a cornball. Like to joke on, like to make fun of them. Call me, I'll help you. Like that sort of behavior should automatically be laughed at and like told like you're nuts. Fucking try it. Crazy person. Like no more of this shit. And it'll be cool. You know what I mean? But that like come on, like she's a nice lady. Like, why would you like even like that's what you should say. Look, I'm sure that lady's a nice lady. Why would you want to go after her? Are you gonna tell her about why? Why you're mad? That's a funny story. Fuck it, call her. That will be hilarious. You'll have to like explain why you're really insecure. The shrimp aisle. You'll have to tell her that. That'll be the story. So if you're gonna call her, you better have a
Margot. No, that's Gear's fault as well. But you're both got the same shots. I love the both of you for that, I'm telling you. But you make my day sometimes, just making me laugh, I'm telling you. But anyway, I'm gonna stop this live now because it's now 10 to 4. I'll be on here all day talking because I can talk for England, I'm telling you, and America at the same time. So thank you all for coming. This won't be the last. This won't be the last.
Love y'all.
Everybody, please follow the link in the chat. Margot's gonna have an afterlife party.
Okay.
Over on her page. I've dropped the link. Make sure y'all follow that.
And I'm going to have a new little series that I'm going to have coming out. I've got 2 more videos on my corruption series. I've got one on HARP. I have one on drugs, how drugs can control the mind. A couple more, but I wanted to do another series based on things I don't like within social media, since we have all these issues. And there's certain things I don't like, for example, who's that girl? The Cash Me Outside girl, right?
Oh God!
I want to talk about how she actually it's dangerous what she's doing. You know, how she's young.
It very much is.
Okay, so there's certain things that I don't. It's kind of a little bit of banter, a little bit of jokes, but basically on a serious subject, and that's a new thing I want to come out and then do some lives on it.
Her songs, like that shit is addictive. Like she's a horrible person, but some of the songs are so goddamn catchy. Like maybe cover the conspiracy side, how they're like, you know, putting little sound waves in our music. Like it, even though we really do that. Let's go there. Let's get weird.
That's the type of stuff I want to do. Okay, and then do some more lives, and we can discuss it together with, you know. So yeah. But thank you all for coming. Thank you to Gears. Thank you to Bam. Thank you to Carla. Thank you to Margot. Okay. Thank you for all
of thank you, Painting Truth. Thank you.
It's important to have a voice. Use it. You've got one.
That's right.
Okay. And be respectful.
Yeah. Painting Truth, I want to tell you, I think you should do more lives. You know, because I want to say like I'm all about learning. I like to learn new shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm an open-minded person. I like to learn, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't did much learning since I came back to this community. I will,
Giz. I will. I want to. And I wanted to find people that are like-minded, but also are able to challenge my opinions. Okay. And I found I do, you know what I mean? Gears does that. Carla can do that. She's been through that, so she can actually put out there and explain. Even with me talking about this Cash Me Outside guy, I don't even know her name. I just see her all the time for no reason. And she is basically a child that's been sexualized. Okay. And with what Carla's been through, there's connection there with how women are treated. So we're going to have a little bit of a laugh with it, but we're going to talk about serious subject of how that actually can affect her. Doing that can affect my child. Do you understand what I'm saying with how men affect my child? So
that's right.
We're going to do all of that. Okay. And if you, I will put notifications out for lives, letting you know what we're going to discuss. You can have subs up and talking, giving their opinion. And we're going to do all of that. And we're going to make this a positive movement.
That's right. Okay? Food for thought.
Yeah.
Stand for something or fall for anything.
Exactly. But thank you. And I'm going to end it now. But please, please, there will be more. Thank you.
You guys hit that like button on the way out. Twerk on that like button. We might get a turkey.
Gears and the turkeys. I only found out there was a turkey emoji when Gears put it in the. I didn't even know.
Yeah, there is one. And wait, I didn't know either. I put a chicken in there. I ain't even gonna lie. I put the chicken in there.
I didn't know.
Bam was like, Carla, that's a chicken. Bam did it.
Somebody else had put it.
It was Bam. Yeah, because I put the chicken. I was like, I didn't even see the turkey. It was right there next to it. It's all right though.
Thank you so much.
Gears got those t-shirts for sale too, y'all.
Straight up.
When I saw that, I actually thought you was being serious, you know. And then when I saw it, I thought, what's this shit? And I thought, okay, I get it now.
You can get it for the low. $809.
Oh my god, that was the.
But you gotta hit that you gotta hit the Cash App or the PayPal.
I actually thought that he sent him something like to be spiteful, like the way he did it. I thought he sent him something to be, and I thought, what's this shit he sent him? I'm looking at it.
They were well made. It's a good copy.
Oh god.
$4.99, y'all.
Yep.
And let me say this before we end the live, because we're gonna be on here for another 20 minutes. But I at one point in time I actually was finna support the nigga and buy a t-shirt, because I'm not finna put a super chat in there. I'll buy a t-shirt or something, but I'm not finna give you money in your pockets. Like, you ain't really doing nothing really to deserve that to me. But you know, those women can do that, but I'm not gonna do that. So I was gonna buy a shirt until I see the women, but I'm not gonna do that. I'll let Toby do that shit. But I was gonna buy a shirt at one point in time. I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna support on some fucking shit, because I do try to support black people and people who, you know, trying to do something. At that point in time, I thought he was legit trying to do something, but nah, he was scamming like he been doing. You know what I'm saying? But until I seen those, man, them motherfuckers is garbage. I wouldn't even wear that around the house. Like,
clip art.
I'm just being honest, you know what I'm saying? And like, real
clean
talk,
the windows with it. What do you mean? It can come in useful. You can clean the windows.
Yeah.
Yo, PT, real quick.
Right. Clean up a little spill. Spill some
You're an artist,
water.
right? As an artist, PT, when you see that logo, right?
Yeah.
And you look at that, and you know what goes into creating nice images. Like, you're a Photoshop queen. I already know. I was offended as an artist when I saw that shit, when I saw the price of it, and I was like, you're literally charging for a simple free font in Photoshop and an up and a down and a shitty Photoshop, like clip art drop, like that. Come on, like, you're gonna sell somebody something, sell them something nice, yo. Like, I'm offended. I'm the bootleg by the bootleg. It's $4.99.
I mean, I'd be happy to do a live or a video helping people to
Are you gonna charge?
No, I'm not gonna charge. I'll give you the certain skills, and the best thing I can advise people to do is to actually just play around.
Yeah.
And just play around with it. But I can do that and help people a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I had fun, y'all.
Thank you.
I did too.
Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back. Don't worry about that. I'll be back.
Oh snap, Huggy! Why you come at like the last second?
Yeah, Huggy all late.
You
Damn,
better.
Shout out to Huggy, yo.
shout out
Shout out
Huggy,
to
man. Real
Huggy.
shit.
Shout out to
Huggy
Reckless,
came out the
Crenshaw.
bush with his sunglasses on.
Huggy, Huggy, I'm about to make a great catch video.
Yo, for real though,
People
y'all should check
since
out
they
Huggy's
researching
video.
me.
You should
Okay.
check out Huggy's video. He did a video, a live the other day. You should link it, or shit, I'll link it later in the comments or whatever. But it is one of the
In the
funniest.
after party.
Yeah,
Yeah, do it in your after. Yeah.
I will. It's amazing. I even talked about it the last time I went live. All right, y'all.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
All right, much
Bye, y'all.
love to everybody.